Hey everybody, welcome to the Christmas Challenge number 2, November 2019. I appreciate you all coming on. We got quite a few people here. Give me one if you can hear me and see me. Right on. And let me know where you are located. I just like doing this, see how far away we can get today. Quite a few people on. That's good for, what's the day? Tuesday? Tuesday morning? That's awesome. Indiana, Moncton, Orlando. What's the weather like in Orlando? Bet you it's nicer than here. We are 4 degrees Celsius up here. Hungary! There we go. We got a winner. That is the furthest one. All right. Any Bangladesh? I know there's somebody from Bangladesh. Dallas, Algonquin Park. Nice. 80 degrees and cloudy. Oh, you poor soul. Well, it's 4 degrees Celsius here and sunny. So we are wearing our winter clothes, and kids are wearing like toques and mitts and all that good stuff. Snowing in Algonquin Park. Nice. Lots of good snowmobile trails up there too. All right, I am going to dive in. We have a lot of ground to cover. We're at the second challenge, and we just keep, I don't know how we did it, but I ended up getting in on a beta platform again, which I find is very cool. And the cool part of being about like the beta testers is we're the first ones in, so nobody else is seeing this stuff yet. And if something goes wrong, I mean, we can certainly report bugs, but we can always fall back to the stuff that works. So I did say that too, and I made a post in the forums here, but step one is this: go here and go here, okay, to the ShineOn platform and use this little link and register, okay? So it's under ShineOn platform link in Christmas challenge number 2. Register, that is my referral link, just so they know you came from me. And then you're gonna have to fill that out. And like he was saying here, you can press no thanks if you don't want to put the first seller email. That's no problem. And so we got a lot of people in there, and a couple of people launched, but we are in beta. So what I also said is this: we are beta testers. Okay, so this is kind of like the disclaimer. So this means you most likely will encounter some bugs in some places in scripts that are being written and used to run the pages. I want you to mentally prepare for this, okay? So you will be able to launch like immediately, but there may be glitches because they are working on things and they're adding things constantly. And I'm in contact with them actually on Slack, so I can, with the, I don't know why, but I have access to the programmers directly. So it's not even my platform, but anyway, if a bug happens, start a new thread with the word bug at the start in the title in this section. I'll report it to them. And then I have like a Google Doc too that I share, but I'm also on Slack now too, so I can communicate with these guys directly. If you have screenshots or you can describe what you did and what happened, that helps enormously too for the programmers on their end. And now, here's the other thing: if you're like, well, I don't want to be a guinea pig, that's cool. You can still do Teespring and ShineOn, or your own Shopify store and ShineOn, or you can use Gearbubble for these too. All right, so you got 3 options besides the ShineOn platform, which is in beta. So the training that I'm doing will apply to basically selling necklaces online. It's just you might not see me launch like on the Gearbubble dashboard or on the Teespring dashboard, which is still the form method. So I'm going to show you this. I'm going to log in. Once you go through that link that I showed you, you're going to go here, and they've been like recreating my account here a couple times, but so you go in. This is what it looks like. Okay, so you have your main dashboard, you got your orders, your units. Orders is like how many orders went through, but one order could have like 2 units, right? And then your profits are going to be there, and then they got that nice little thing there. Get started. Down here on the bottom left is settings, and this is where you join their community. They want you to join the group if you want. Add your pixels, you can do that, but adding it here is not necessary. This is how they had it originally, but I actually got them, and I'll show you how to add it, like at the product level too. So put your payout email, and if it's Payoneer, they can pay you, or PayPal. I just use PayPal. Right, save that. Add your information, time zone, that's all good. The beta FAQ, there's really nothing in here. Oh, now there is. Well, they added something. Okay, good. So that's the beta. Facebook, that's their group. What's new? That's like their blog. So back up here, go back to the dashboard, and you go to products. You can see they've actually erased, I had like 4 in here, but they had to redo the back end, so they added their own test products. So you can add new from here, and you'll see them in here. And then the catalog, I can't remember what the catalog is. Never really used it. I actually don't know what the catalog is. Oh, catalog is the same as creating a product. Okay, so you would go here and you want this one, you can create it, take you to the page. You've got a whole bunch of options here. So the round, the heart, the dog tag is cool. These are cool, these little circle charms with real leather woven bracelet. You know that company called like Pandora, which is they make bracelets and then you buy the little charms, and they're super expensive, but people love it. There are stores, I have one in the mall here in town, and it's a Pandora store, and they're great Christmas gifts too. So you can buy that with the heart, the circle, or you can even upgrade to the steel bracelet instead of the leather woven, and then the heart steel. And then these bangles too. These are like bracelets that you can do, so they're very cool. With the circle and the heart, and as well, we can now do the crosses, which I haven't really got into, only because I haven't had enough time, but they do work very well. And so you can do the crosses with the luxury chain, or with the military ball chain. So the ball chain is just a different style of chain, right? Instead of the straight one. And then this engraved vertical stick necklace is super cool too. So this is something that I can see working very well in the niche that we're going into, which is wife. Although heart stuff works very well too for the wife. And we also have, there's more, keychains, rectangular keychains, which are very cool. And also this interlocking heart necklace is super cool. You can actually sell that. And then you can put this, you can do this box insert too. So you could sell this necklace with the box insert, and the box insert is something you can customize like what it says. So this is like, to my daughter, always remember you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, loved more than you know, love mom. So you could have that inserted into the, because these all come with gift boxes. So you could customize that, and it's freaking awesome. So you can really make a nice little gift for like basically any family member. We're going to be focusing on the wife niche because it's huge. It's even bigger than the daughter niche, like by a lot. And then your profits will be here too. For some reason, when they converted mine over, they took away my sales, but it'll show your commission, the status, the amount, and then you can request a payout. Okay. And you can edit your payment info, so you can see all that good stuff. Eric, the owner, has said that they're going to be very fast on these payouts. It's not going to be like Teespring, which I complained to Teespring and they didn't really do much. And I said, like, people can't, with cash flow issues, people can't be scaling if they're waiting like a week or 10 days to get their money. It's got to be faster. And Eric fully understands that. He's the owner of ShineOn. So he's really good to work with. So the payouts will come quick. So when you make sales, you can come in here, boom, hit request payout, and then it'll go to your PayPal or your Payoneer account, whichever one you want. So I use PayPal for mine, mainly because my ad account is hooked up to PayPal, except for a couple that are hooked up to my Visa for some points. But it keeps it all in US dollars for me because I'm in Canada, and I don't have to worry about conversions, which is very good because conversions can be a gigantic pain in the butt. You lose a ton of money converting it from US to Canadian. No, you make money there. But then if you have money in PayPal and you want to move it to your bank account in Canada, I have to convert it to Canadian first. So it sucks. I lose money on that end. Anyway, so that is ShineOn. That's what we're going to be working with. And I want to show you guys that platform. So you do need to create an account. Today, what we are going to do is we're going to go through research for the wife niche, okay? Because I want you guys to do it a little bit differently this time. And the main difference is, what I noticed in challenge number 1 is people would create 1 or 2, and that's it. And then they'd be like, oh, that's, I did 1 or 2, I quit. Well, I want to go back here to the forums because we've got a lot of successes in here, a lot, okay? Which is awesome. But I mean, here's one, made 3K revenue and some tips for success. Awesome in here. This one though too, I actually shot a video on this, and the main reason is this image right here. Never stop trying, okay? So he actually, you guys can read this, my month of October, but he actually goes through, and I love how he wrote it up, how he started off losing money. You know, he got a sale and then he kept dumping money after it and finally reached 360 spent with only one sale. He was discouraged. Okay, but did not want to give up. He wanted to prove that he could make this work. So he kept going. And that's the key. So this image right here is basically the key to it all. Don't stop trying. If you're struggling, if you're not doing well, you need to ask for help. And if you have a bunch of necklaces that you put out there and they're not selling, it's the design. Okay, so I mean, I can't stress that more. But I've seen so many. I've seen hundreds so far. Actually, probably thousands over my career. And I can tell when the design is not quite there, or the quote is a little bit off, or the quote is a little bit too generic. Like, think of the quote as in, like the dad to daughter niche. People were doing like, "Hey, good job," like in like handshake. You know, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for like a big warm hug and "I love you so much" and "you're doing awesome." Like, it's got to be sentimental stuff that we're after. And a lot of you are just kind of missing the mark on the sentimental stuff. Once you hit it, you'll see it. And once you hit the big winner, you'll see it. There's zero doubt about it. But a lot of you are putting one out there or two out there and then quitting. Don't do that. Okay, if you put one or two out and they don't work, post them in the group, post them in the forums and say, "Hey, this one didn't work. What, any help? You know, any advice?" And we'll go through and we'll look at it. And the more details you give on the campaign you ran, the design you did, your thought process behind it, the better we can help you. If you just post a design and say, "This didn't work," and then I'm like, "Well, the design's great. What about the campaign?" And then the campaign targeting is like way out in left field, you know, then that's the reason why it didn't work. So with the wife niche, it's a little bit easier, but I'm going to change things up. I do want you to have your spreadsheet, right? Your necklace quotes. This is the old one from challenge number 1. We're going to continue this for challenge number 2. So we're basically going to put in today's date. Oops, that doesn't look right. Not a dash. /19. And this is going to be wife. And this is going to be to my wife blank. And this is going to be pending. So I'm just going to do this because your goal at minimum is 5 of these in a batch is how I want you guys to test. Okay, so you're gonna have to get 5 designs created at minimum in the next 7 days. Okay, they have to just get created. Don't worry about launching them. We'll launch them on the next webinar. But you have to get them created because I want you guys to start working in batches instead of individual designs. And then that's like betting all your money on first place in a horse race. Like the odds are pretty slim that you're gonna hit it. Or buying like a lottery ticket. Yeah, you could win, but the odds are pretty much against you. Whereas if you bet on like 5 different horses in a race, your odds go up of winning at least on one. Or if you buy like 5 lottery tickets, your odds of winning go up a little bit because now you have 5 entries into the draw instead of just 1. So I want you guys to start thinking of batches, and I want you to start thinking of batches of 5 at a time. So each week, what I'd like you to have as a goal is to say, week 1, I'm going to test these 5. Week 2, I'm going to test these 5. And we're going to start systemizing things a little bit better so that you get more consistent results and you hit winners faster. Because if you're just kind of doing it willy-nilly, like 1 or 2 a week, and you get really discouraged when they don't work, it's not fun. And you're not making money and nobody's happy and you're going to quit. And I don't want you to quit. So we're going to start kind of making the golden rule is a batch of 5. And if you can't do a batch of 5, I really want you to, so I'm going to really push you to do a batch of 5. And yes, you're going to have to spend money up front to make these designs, but this stuff does work. Okay, the only reason it doesn't work is because people quit or they're a little off based on their designs, they're a little off based on their quotes. We can fix all that. Just let us fix it. Okay, so let's jump into the research part for the wife niche and like why the wife niche? Because like, I'll just show you here. Here, simple question. How many people, are married in the USA? In 2009, there were 2,077,000 marriages, according to the U.S. Census Bureau. The median age for the first marriage increased So let's go here. I don't really want 2009 numbers, but that's what I'm going to get. There's way more than 2 million. That's got to be wrong. What I typed. Oh, let's go yes then. Okay, this is better. As of 2006, 55.7% of Americans aged 18 and over were married. So how many people are in the, what's the population of the US? 30 million? Something like that. So there's got to be 165 million people that are married, if I'm doing that right. More than that, a little bit more than that. How many married couples? So we're getting some bigger numbers here. So in 2018, there are 61.24 million married couples in the US, an increase from 40.2 million. So, I mean, wow, like even that, I mean, it's not 165 million, but 61.24 million people that you can target. That's pretty big, right? And I know there's a lot of divorce going on, but whatever. There's still a lot of marriages out there as well. This site is weird. They make you pay for it, typically. Oh, here we go. So it's gone up. So 61.24 million married people in the US. That's just the US. What if we did, how many married people in the world? Wonder what happens there. World marriage data. Ooh. Very cool. Let's look at this. It'll load. So, oh, they don't have a total. I want a total. I don't want that. Percent of adults are married. Percentage of the population is married. Married couples. Divorce. Marriage stats. Ooh, infidelity. Yikes. Women. So let's go with this. What's the population of the world? 7.9 billion. So if we go 7, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think that's right, times, let's say a little over half of them are married. So that is about 4.3 billion people that are married. So that's a little bit more than people who dads who have daughters, right? Anyway, point made. There's a ton of them. So we are going to target these people, not just in the US, okay? So don't think the US is the only place we can sell stuff. We can ship worldwide, okay? So we aren't limited by any borders whatsoever. So let's start at the #1 place. Oh, great, crashed. Facebook. And what we're gonna look for is this. We're gonna type in wife. We're gonna type in necklace because a lot of guys are already on here. First and last thing on my mind every day. Oh, that's cute. Well, why don't we start at the top? Let's open that in a new tab. See what we can find. Oh, found a store. Shopify store. Oh, you're actually. Oh man, I hope this isn't somebody's on the call. Oh, one caveat too. This is a ShineOn necklace using the ShineOn app, but these countdown timers, be careful because Facebook does not like them, and you can get your account banned for using these. So if you're running ads from Facebook, don't do it to a countdown timer. They do not like it. All right, I know it works very well, and it used to be back in the day, like Teespring, Gear Bubble, everybody had countdown timers, and they worked awesome, but they were fake, and this is fake, so don't do it. Just saying. So this one says what? To my wife, love your husband. Sometimes it's hard to find words to tell you how much you mean to me. A lot of times I don't say anything at all. That's because I love you more than words can say. And you are the first thing and last thing on my mind. Okay, so wow, great idea, and maybe it's selling, but I'm wondering about the number of complaints they're getting about the text on this. Anyway, not a problem. So I'm not going to copy this person at all. I am just going to do my thing where I move this over here, and we're going to set up our screen for our proper I don't even know if this one works or not, honestly, but show you what we can do. The more we're just in kind of a gathering phase anyway, so I can say this, wife, to my wife, and here I can pluck out part of that. So it says, sometimes it's hard to find words to tell you how much you mean to me. Okay, a lot of times I don't say anything at all. That's because, so let's go with this. I love you more than, I'm trying to read that, and words can say. I love you more than words can say. You are the best. Love your husband. Something like that. There's one. Now another one I could pull out of that, which I saw. You are the first thing on my mind and the last person I think about every single day. I love you. So I'm not going to do love your husband because I know it's from the husband. So I could say, instead of this, I could say, you are the best thing that has happened to me. There, okay. And now, that's not bad. But let's go here. Necklaces, family, to my wife. See what else you got. Ooh, lots of them. Tons. Good niche, eh? People are in it. Think there's money in it? There is. So here's, oh geez, these are really small. I know shift work is hard. I can't even read that. Oh boy. Okay. So anyway, it's an idea, that one, but I'm going to go back to Facebook. I'm actually going to drag this over here. I'm going to start looking through some other ones. So here is this one. Well, that looks pretty cool. Let's look at this. Oh, it's a video. Okay. So you know what? Let's take a screenshot of that because I love that design. It's pretty slick. Let's save that to our idea folder. Save. And file. Save as. So have an idea folder too, right? So you can show designers. This is here, Christmas challenge number 2, and I'll make this wife design ideas. I'll just save it. There. So I like that. That's pretty cool. To my wife, without you, I'm nothing. With you, I'm something. Together, we're everything. Okay. Interesting. Valentine's Day. Okay, not too crazy about that, but let's go to the page. Without you, I'm nothing. With you, I'm something. Together, we're everything. Well, I don't know. I just don't like that it didn't have very many comments or shares. Without you, I'm nothing. So I'm just going to shorten it. I love you more every day. There, so I just modified it. That's what you need to do, just modify stuff. I hope this isn't somebody that I know. Hard for me to remember. There it is again. So I was back in 2017. I'm going to say that. Let's go back here. Find some other stuff. Videos, photos. Photos are good. Ooh, what the heck? I don't know why, but Chrome keeps dying on me. Keeps crashing, like all the time. Very annoying. Oh, there's my stuff coming up. Valentine's Day. It's mine, that's future wife. I'm getting my own results here. Let's go to photos. Oh, that's Hale. They're on the webinar. Public photos. Let's try this one. That looks like a viral style one. So let's see what this goes. Look your bubble. I asked for an angel. I asked God for an angel. He sent me you. Well, that's pretty cool. Only 12 comments, so that's not good. Go to this page. So this is what we do. We kind of like bounce around here. Looking for September 16th. Oh, okay, I can tell right away that person's bouncing around a lot. But the quote is not bad. Let's go back here. Don't crash. Where'd it go? There it is. To my wife, I asked God for an angel. He sent me you. Okay, so I think I've actually done this one. Angel, and he sent me you. I don't, it's not super, you know what, I don't like that one because it's more about the husband than the wife. So we want to make it about the wife, and like without you, if you're using the word like I just don't, I'm not crazy about that. Let's go for an angel. No, I don't like it. So we're not really getting as much in here. Let's try this. Wife quotes. Sometimes this will pull up a page. Husband and wife quotes. Okay. Happy birthday, wife. I love my wife. Husband and wife. Okay, let's start at the top here. Husband and wife quotes. See if we can find. You make me feel so proud of being in love with you. Interesting. Groups too. Love quotes and sayings. Ooh, that might be a good group to get into. Happy birthday to my husband. To my husband. To my husband. Husband. I want wife, not husband. All right, Facebook's like let me down here, so we're moving on to number 2, which is Pinterest. And this is very easy, because you just go like this, wife quotes, and we get a bunch. Oh wait, let's go to my wife. See what comes up. When I tell you you're beautiful, I don't just mean your appearance, I mean all of you. Who and what you are is beautiful. Okay, so that's not bad. And remember, the first stuff that comes up on Pinterest is usually the best. So when I tell you that you are beautiful, I mean all of you, not just you. I love you. I'm stumbling around here. Not just your appearance. Oh my god, it might be too long, but not too bad. I look at you, hardships of one law. See what else we can get here. The day I met you, my life changed. You're kind of, sort of, basically, pretty much always on my mind. Always on my mind is a good one. You are always on my mind. Simple sometimes works too. So remember, I'm just kind of making some of these up, but you never know unless you actually say, thank you for coming into my life. Okay, so let's do something like this. That's a good one. That's actually, I like that one. Okay. Because if you say that to somebody else, they're probably going to be like, ooh, that's so nice. I cannot lose you because if I ever did, I'd lose my best friend, my soulmate. I laugh. Okay, so instead of I say this to my wife. You are my best friend, my soulmate, and I am so lucky to have you. That's a good one. I say it up to remind you. Okay, so let's do this. To Pinterest is awesome. To my wife, you are the best thing that has ever happened to me. I love you beyond words. Short and sweet, to the point. Although that's an I one, but oh, the love of my life. Okay, so here's another one. This is easy. To my wife, you are the love of my life. I cannot. Oh no, that's another one. Here's another one that I just thought of. To my wife, I cannot wait to spend the rest of our lives together. Short and sweet and to the point. That's good. And if you're if you have a wife, or if like I'm a husband, right? If you think, well, what would I want to hear? And then, especially for the females, if you're like, now what would I want my husband or my partner or my boyfriend or whatever, what would I want them to say to me? And that's where you start. You don't even really need to do any of this research because you guys have it all like within you. And again, I'm going through ways you can pluck things off Facebook and pluck things off Pinterest, but honestly, the best stuff that I come up with is from asking other people, and maybe I'll make a post, or maybe I'll just like text my sister or my mom or my wife, and I'll be like, what would be like the sweetest thing someone could say to you? Like, what would be the sweetest thing a husband could say to you, or I could say to you, right? So I don't want two things in this world. I want you and I want us. Oh, that's not bad, but that's what I fall in love with someone who already loves the birds you are. Shining with. Okay, so we got like quite a few there. I'm gonna go to number 3 here, which is good old Walmart. I'm just gonna type this in. Search for. I was gonna search for wife, see what comes up. A novel, clothing, t-shirts. So most of these will probably just be funny. So in this case, wife might not work as well. But let's try this. Because you're not really going to get very many sentimental things put onto a t-shirt. Like t-shirts are more funny than anything. But worth a look anyway. Where you will find it though is in the cards. So just shifting gears, and then we can click on open this in a new tab, and we can find some really, really, really good stuff. Oh yeah, somebody was saying on Pinterest there's the pin on top Chrome extension. I have used that, and I thought unless I updated it, it wasn't working. So there's another one. What is it? Hail Sorting Social. That's the other one. Yeah, that's another one that works. They do have extensions where they'll sort by pins, and they're very good. Don't pay for one though, because I mean the best floats to the top anyway. So what's it say? Day by day, we discover together what's important, what is not, What's worth worrying about? What is not? What is lasting? What is not? Jeez. I'm not crazy about this one at all. I can't imagine sharing life's journey with anyone but you. Oh, okay, hang on. I can't imagine sharing life's journey with anybody but you. Okay, so let's go here and let's modify that. To my wife, I am so lucky to share life's journey with you. I love you so much. It's like borderline. Anyway, you can go through that and find a whole bunch of stuff that you can, from the greeting card section. I'm not going to go through that whole one because I got a bunch of other stuff that I want to show you. Starting with this, which I don't think I showed you before, but Etsy. Wife gift. And in here, by the way, if you guys want like an awesome thing, this hello, will you, I do little thingy is like all over Shopify. But you basically get like where they met, where they got engaged, like where the questions popped, and then where they got married. And then you customize it and you put it on a canvas art. And these things are like fire. Not that, but it's a lot of manual work, but you can do it if you wanted. Just a sidebar. Okay, so wifey. So wife gift doesn't really pull up what I'm looking for, but let's go like this. Wife necklace probably will, I imagine. Oh, here we go. There's one. Wife Christmas gift, 53.25 Canadian. This one says, to my beautiful wife, meeting you was fate, becoming your friend was choice, falling in love with you beyond my control. That's cute. This font is weird. Very weird. But the cool part is you can scroll down and you can usually see more related ones, which is where we can pull quite a few. There's another one. Oh, that's the one. I asked God for an angel and he sent me you. Well, you know what? If I've seen it in two different spots, then I mean, again, my personal taste is like, meh, no. But if I see that all over the place, then my personal taste doesn't matter. I asked God for an angel. He sent me you. I love you. Alright, well, whatever. We'll give it a try. If I did anything right... Oh, let's go to a new tab because I can't read that. If I did anything right in my life, it was when I gave my heart to you. When I first saw you, you took my breath away. You still do. Ooh, well, that's neat. Okay, so let's take a piece of that. To my wife. This is better. Every day you take my breath away. I am so lucky to have you. That, I think, has potential to be a winner. Let's go back here. Look at this one. Just open this up. So you can see how you can... This is a girlfriend. I want you today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, and for the rest of our lives. That's cute. Interesting. Go back here. 1 year done, forever to go. Oh, okay. Yeah, these ones, these anniversary ones, they're cool. And you can actually target people who have their anniversary. So Hale's saying, ask for an angel is in all the done for you Gear Bubble Pro stores. Okay, well, that's a good sign then. Good sign. Means there's potential. Now let's see here. Find any others. Yeah, there it is. To my wife, your heart and my heart are very, very old friends. I love you. Well, that's interesting. Your heart and my heart. Kind of interesting. Hot wife, that's not gonna work. If that's working, I'm a monkey's uncle, because there's no way. You can't, funny stuff doesn't work on necklaces. Anyway, you can see we can find a lot of that, or just modify your searches a little bit. Like, now look at what I got. Tons of stuff here. So, to my wife, you're braver than you believe, stronger than seen, stronger than blah, 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 I love you more, and loved more than you know. If I could give one thing in my life, see you through my eyes, would realize, especially art to me, you are my sunshine. Holy, they really dumped everything in there. Look at this one. Jeez. These are like run-on necklaces. Never forget that I love you. I want you to believe that deep in your heart that you are my best friend, my love bug, my soulmate, my companion, my everything. I love you with all my heart. Love every man. Yeah, to me, I lose interest after the first couple sentences, but what's this one say? To my life, never forget that I love you. If I could give you one thing in life, I'll give you the ability to see yourself through my eyes. Only then would you realize how special you are to me. Well, instead of saying that, why don't you do this? To my wife, I want you to know how special you are to me. And then I keep saying I am so lucky to have you, just because that works. I can say this. Love your husband. Oh, and how about this one? To my wife. Simple. You're amazing. I love you so much. People like being told they're amazing. I can't wait to marry you. Well, okay. Love you then, love you still, always have and always will. That one is like all over the place. So it does sell, and there's no harm in making a new design. I've actually sold that too. I loved you then. I love you still. Always have and always will. Okay, good. Now we're gonna skip to, I'm giving you guys like a lot of different places here. So I'm gonna close tabs to the right. I'm gonna go to Amazon. I'm gonna type in this, because a lot of people are uploading these puppies to Amazon now, and we can get a lot of ideas here. To my gorgeous wife, if I would choose between loving you and breathing my last breath, I would what? I would use, and breathing, I would use my, geez, I can't even read that. Probably have to zoom in on them, but there's a lot of good ones in here that you can pick apart and make like 2 or 3. Ask God for an angel. There it is again, man. An angel, jeez. Good, okay. Well, I've been wrong before, so let's just open this up in a new tab. And what does it say? Every story is beautiful, but ours is my favorite. You are my best friend, my soulmate, my everything. The love that I have for you will never change as each day goes by. I will love you till my last breath. I love you forever and always. Me. Very, not flowing. I gotta squint here. Oh, thank God. To my beautiful wife, I don't know how long I'm going... What? I'm going to live? Jeez. Ew. I don't know how long I'm going to live. Are you serious? You put that on a necklace? That's a Debbie Downer necklace. No thanks. Between loving you and breathing, I would use my last breath to tell you I love you. Okay, that's, yeah, cool. I guess. Well, let's go down to related items, and they'll pull up some more for us. And some of these are like custom necklaces, family. Okay, so you can use Amazon, all good there. Last place we can go is gonna close tabs to the right. So far we've done Facebook, Pinterest, Walmart, Etsy, Amazon, and now this one is where all the drop shippers from China go. We can go to AliExpress because the drop shippers from China are starting to sell these things like quite a bit. So we can find this. And you're saying like, well, what the hell? It's $1.29 and they can buy this. Yeah, they can. And they'll wait like 6 to 8 weeks. Look at 30 to 50 days. You know how pissed off these people are going to be. See, if you ever get somebody saying, well, I could buy that online for like $1, you can say, yeah, and you can wait 3 months for it too. Like you'll get mine in like a week. Because ShineOn is pretty quick for their shipping too. Here we go. To my wife, never forget I love you. If I could give you one thing in life, I would give you the ability to see myself through my eyes. Only then would you realize how special you are to me. So you can get those. That's a sun one. There's the angel one again. Awesome. Son, 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 daughter, son. Why are these coming up under wife? Oh look, somebody copied it. Remember that one we saw earlier? Somebody copied it. Shocking, eh? Somebody copied. To my wife. Sometimes I look at you and wonder how I ever got to be so damn lucky. I'm gonna say no. To my gorgeous wife, my best friend, my naughty lover, and my life partner. Oh, thank you for being my best friend, my naughty lover, and my life partner. To my gorgeous wife. Well, let's try something like this. Gorgeous wife, thank you for being I don't know. Lost my train of thought. Something like that. Anyway, that's one. Oh, and I almost forgot the other one here. I'm gonna go to incognito window. So you can find more there, but you can go here too. And you can go to shop, top sellers, and then we can actually filter these by wife. So these are top sellers. So there's the one. To my wife, love you then, love you still, always have, always will. Right? Same saying, same saying. There's the angel one. So yeah, I'm probably wrong on that. There's the last breath one. There is, if I give you one thing, super long, but apparently a bestseller. I wish I could turn back the clock. I'd find you sooner and love you longer. Okay. I actually have one of these too. I could turn back the clock. I would find you sooner and love you longer. All right, so we've got quite a few here, and you now know like there's no excuse for not finding like a million of these. There, 2,800 sold on that one. That's cool. Copy of the other one. Copy of the other one. His wings were ready, but my heart was not. I love you. Oh, okay. And another one. Never forget I love you. Man, I can't even read that. Love story. So yeah, there's a lot. I may not be your first date. First kiss? Nah, I can't even read that. Oh, what's that? Is that Spanish? No. I don't even know what language that is. That's cool though. Anyway, so I've already built like quite the list here. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the order in right here on the webinar because I want you guys, well, let's go with this. Go to Fiverr. and we're gonna order up 5 of these. So I'm gonna show you a batch. So we go here, and I go to, just type in ShineOn, and then we find a bunch of them. Starting at 20, starting at 20. Those look cool. Oh, those look cool too. Might mix it up. I'm liking some of those. Let's see this. New designers are only 1 review, so they are new. Man, that's cheap though. Holy crap. 5 designs and 5 mock-ups for $55. 3 designs for $34. 1 for $13. 7-day delivery. 5 initial concepts. Okay, well that's one I will use. I've also got one that I always use, but that's actually looking pretty good. Oh no, did she disappear again? Oh boy. Oh no, there it is. So this is my girl that I'm gonna use. 90 bucks, 7 days delivery. Oh, here we go. I'm doing it. I'm committed. I'm in. So I got 5 that I got to order. And what I'm going to suggest is that you do unit batches of 5, right? So I'm putting my money where my mouth is. I'm going to get 5 done up. So I got to pick 5. So I'm going to say, hello. I need 5 to my wife. Necklaces done up. 4 ShineOn with ShineOn. These will go on a silver heart. Here are the 5 quotes to use for the Here are the 5 quotes. Do that. So number 1. I don't know why this RoboForm thing pops up. It annoys me. So let's pick number 1. I'll just over on my sheet and I'll pick number 1 and I'll go paste as plain text. Make sure your spelling's right. So I love you more than words can say. That's thing that ever happened to me. Number 1, and then I'll update my sheet. Go away. As well. So let's say ordered. First thing on my mind, last thing I think about every single day. You know what? Whatever. Let's try it. That. And then number 3. Actually, I'm going to remove this because I don't want them to put the numbers in there. Oh, if you just hit enter, then it doesn't do that. Okay, that's good. So that is an ordered. Paste. So somebody's saying, do you have to have each one say to my wife? You don't. I've just found it works best. It's a greeting card format, and it just seems to work the best. That's why I do it. So feel free to experiment, but I always do the greeting card format. It just converts the best. Without you, I'm nothing. I love you more every day. Nah. When I tell you you're beautiful, nah. This, yes. Let's go here. Enter. All right. So I've got 3 ordered. Wait, which one was that? You are always on my mind. That one. Nope. Best friend, my soulmate. I'm lucky to have you. I love you. Yeah, that's not bad. Let's do that. And then let's go ordered. Best thing ever happened to me. I love you beyond words. You're the love of my life. Oh, I forgot my little hyphen in there. Cannot wait to spend the rest of our lives together. I love you so much. Man, I got a lot of them. Should I do the ask for an angel? I don't want to. But it's all over the place. Okay, then I'm still going to thank you. Oh boy, I don't know which ones to do here. What if we got one left? Oh no! You are... Alright, I'm gonna go with this. I can order... there's always, like, more I can order, right? So, I got a lot that I really like here. Paste. Okay, so I've got my 5. Now I can come back next week and I can order 5 more, or I can order 5 more right now and have them all ready. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I've got 5, just verify we're here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I will leave the creativity up to you. Some can be text-based, others ornamental. Your call. Thanks. And just double, triple check your spelling. I was on my man, I love you, love your husband, my best friend, my soulmate, and I am so lucky to have you. I love you. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. I love you beyond words. Just to split it up, make it crystal clear. There. Okay, then click your box, start the order. Boom, 5 on their way. November 12th. Crap. I gotta wait a bit, but it's because I'm doing 5 at a time. So if you order 1 at a time, typically a little bit faster. But 7 days is fine. So now we know if we want these ready, then we gotta order them quicker. So I might go and order from that other guy. Actually, I think I might. I want to test out that other guy too. I saw, caught my eye. Where'd he go? This one. I'm just going to order one from him, a basic one. 3 days delivery. Okay. Because it's always good to test out new designers too, and this is a brand new one. So I'm going to order. You know what? I'll give him the angel one. So I'm ordering 6. And this one is more expensive than the others. Actually, it's pretty close. But if he works, then I'll come back to him and I'll order more. So I'm just going to say this, and I'm going to leave this one wide open. I'm going to say, hello, I need a ShineOn silver heart necklace done that says this. I will leave the creativity up to you. I look forward to what you come up with. Thanks. Simple. So I'm going to put a little test in there. Boom, boom. I'll go over here and I'll do ordered. I don't know why I don't like that, but man, if it works, it works. And now in the works, so this will be November 8th. So when you order less, it's a little bit faster. But so I've got 6 coming, and so that means I only need 4 more from the next batch. But if you know that it takes 7 days to do like 5 of them, then you know your lead times. So you know when you have to order it and when you have to have it up and running. And that's where you can start kind of scheduling things too and think about that. So the key to this all is research, find good stuff, come up with good stuff, pick apart stuff that you see online, create your own ideas from it, and then order them. And I want you guys to be testing in batches of 5. Because this one and done stuff is never going to work for you. Even 2 and done, you get too discouraged and you quit, and that's not the right way to do this. Not everything's going to work, and you can see like this. I asked God for an angel, He sent me you. I love you one. I don't think it's going to work, but it's all over the place. So what I think doesn't matter, and what I've even ordered designs and I've got them back and I'm like, I don't like that at all. But you know what? I took it and I ran it, and it's even one last week I did that with from Fiverr, and it's selling like hotcakes. And I'm like, ooh, I'm glad I didn't take my own personal taste and apply it to that, because whenever you do that, you're in trouble. So another question, when you say silver heart necklace, do they generally leave it for the silver to show instead of the color background? No. Sometimes they'll leave it transparent. Sometimes they'll put a black background. Sometimes they'll put a nice red background. Um, I basically leave it to the designer's eye, but for like what they want to do. One thing when we're working with ShineOn now on the platform, create them all in silver, because they have an upsell feature, and it's a little pop-up and it says, do you want to engrave something on the back? And it also says, do you want to upgrade to the gold version? So the easiest way to do this is to create them all for silver, and then they can upgrade to the gold if they want. Some of these might not look right on gold, but that's, I mean, we got to work with what we have. So that's why I'm creating all these in silver. And plus, I do find silver sells really well anyway, so no problem with that. All right, so don't put your personal taste on these things. I can't say that enough, because I do see a lot of people that say, ooh, you know, they go through a design and they get it back and they're like, well, just change this slightly, or just move this slightly, or just change this slightly. Or people are saying like, well, and I kind of agree with this, but the mock-up on ShineOn, the gold is a little bit too yellow. And I'm like, yes, but in the big picture, it doesn't matter. Like if you have that a shade of like different shade of brown or different shade of goldish color, it's not going to make that much difference. So I think what we need to do is focus on what we can control and kind of just stick with that. And I mean, the stuff that we can't control, don't worry about it. So you can say like, well, I want my page to look just so, and I want this just here, and I want that margin to be padding 30 instead of padding 20, but don't be that person. I want you guys to get used to taking imperfect action, because it blows away perfect action every time. If you sit there, and I'm bad for this too, sometimes I'll sit there and I'll look at something and I'll go, no, I'm not doing that because it's ugly. Or no, I just want that move slightly to the left. Or no, I just want this description over here instead of over there on a website. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I mean, getting something up and running is far better than getting the absolute perfect thing in your mind up and running, because everybody's got different tastes. Everybody looks at things differently, and all that matters is hard data. So even this God send me an angel thing, I don't like it, but who knows? It could be my top seller. I already don't like the saying because I'm not very religious personally, but everybody else is, and I don't blame them for that. So good for them. If it works, it works. I'm not going to put my personal opinions or taste on it. Okay? All right. So you guys have homework. The homework is research 5 designs. Get them done. And then in the next webinar, we're going to launch them. So we're going to test them. And I'm going to show you some slightly little new tweak on things, because I'm always experimenting, right? So it's not the same old rocket method stage 1 that we're going to do. It's a little bit different, and I think you're going to like it. All right, so you got a busy week. Get these going. Get these launched. Not launched. We'll launch. Well, you could launch them, but actually, I'd wait till next week because I'll show you how to launch it in detail. And the dashboard may have changed by then too. But get the designs done, at least 5. Okay, and invest in yourself. Don't be afraid to spend money on a designer to get something done nice. If you can do these yourselves, okay, but I can do these myself, and I don't anymore because I'm not a designer, and I've accepted that. Now my best sellers come from me just outsourcing it. So I'm not going to spend half a day working on a design because if I have 5 designs, that's 2.5 days I'm spending just doing a freaking design when I can just pay somebody to do it. I'm buying time. Buy time. All right. If you have any questions, post them in the forums. We are off to the races, and this is seriously the best time of the year. So by far, we're beginning of November. People are looking for Christmas gifts. Husbands are looking to buy stuff for their wives, and we can make it as easy as possible for them to buy that. They'll do it. Speaking as a husband, I know that. If I see something online, I'm like, what the heck am I going to get her? And I see something like that, I'll be like, perfect. It comes in a gift box. Holy shit. Awesome. I'm buying that. So do it. Let's go. Get pumped. Post in the forums a lot. The people who are the most active, have you noticed there's a trend? They're also the ones posting the most success stories. Just there is a correlation to that. Anyway, have a great day. We'll talk soon. I'll get this replay up for you guys, and we'll see you on the forums, and then we'll see you next week on the next webinar. Thank you. Hey everybody, welcome to the webinar, Christmas challenge number 2, live training number 2. We're about to go here. Just checking, making sure everybody can see me and hear my screen. Hear me and see my screen. Oops. How's everybody's day going? It is -9 up here in Canada. We have snow on the ground. I wish I could turn like the monitor or camera around, but yeah, we've got like probably 4 inches of snow, and it's -9 Celsius, which is super cold in Fahrenheit. I'm gonna show you this. -9 Celsius to Fahrenheit. Oh, I spelled it wrong, but anyway, it's 15 degrees Fahrenheit for you US people. The rest of the world, it's -9. Crazy, eh? It is cold. I actually have to wear, probably have to put pants on today, which sucks because I wear shorts pretty much year round because I'm one of those guys. Anyway, 4 inches in Oakville too. Yeah, we got hit pretty hard. I can't believe it's cold snap we're going through. 12 inches, nice. 85 and sunny. Oh, hail. You guys are lucky. Sarasota, 81 and sunny. 27 degrees in Dallas, Texas. What? What is 27? What's that? 27. Let's try this. It is -2 in Dallas, Texas. Really? 39 in New Jersey. Wow, it's cold. Well, New Jersey, yeah, I could see that because it's kind of almost on the same latitude, longitude, whatever, as London. Anyway, let's dive in, shall we? So first things first, go here. If you have not signed up already, I'm just going to find the link here. Christmas challenge. Where's my link? Link. Oh, that's good, eh? When I can't even find the link. Hang on. Go here. ShineOn link. Was that it? There it is. ShineOn platform link. So go here. platform.shineon.com. I guess you have to put a #/register, and then the R = Will is just for so they know you're coming from me. Okay, so if you don't have an account, go here, ShineOn platform link, type that into the search into the forums, and it's right here. You click it, take you to this page where you can enter your name, email, and password, and then click register. It'll have a little pop-up that says like enter 2 emails of friends. You can do that or you can skip it. Either way, you'll still get in. So anyway, let's close up these windows because we don't need them. And let's go here. This is what it looks like. So when you get in, this is my second account, which I opened brand new. Unfortunately, I'm getting hit with a rash of copycats, which I expected. That's why I do not show everything to you guys. I only show what I know will be copied. So some people are pretty quick and they copy pretty quick. So I'm dealing with that, but that's part of the game. So it used to drive me crazy when people copy my stuff. But I mean, that's what people do. They don't know the targeting I'm doing and the niches that I'm in. So the targeting and the stuff that I'm doing for you guys, I know you're going to use it and I'm fine with that. It's when it leaks out beyond the forum that I get annoyed because those people are using my information for free, which sucks, but that's part of the game. Anyway, Dorset -12. Ooh, freezing. London is raining nonstop. Yeah, I bet. Florida visiting my sister in the 80s today. Oh, you guys. I'm going to Florida. We were supposed to go this February, but we couldn't book the condo, so we're going, I think, next February, so we can go to Disney and check out that Star Wars thing too. So what I did, I got 5 designs from Fiverr. These are wifey ones, so these are very cool. So what we're going to do today is we're going to launch and test on the brand spanking new ShineOn beta platform. So this is going to be awesome. You're going to love this. I want you to pretty much follow what I do, like exactly. So I'm going to show you launch and test today. The next one is going to be scaling. All right, so I'll show you what to do when you do find a winner. But remember I said we got to be working in batches of 5. I meant it. So I got my 5 back. They're pretty cool. I want you to work in batches of 5. This week, your homework is going to be like repeat what I do on this webinar for all 5, because I want you to find the winner of these. All right. So, oh, Fahrenheit in Dallas. Not, yeah, I was wondering about that. 27 in Dallas. Fahrenheit, yeah, that's freezing. Anyway, okay, let's go here. So on this platform too, we've got options. We've got the round, which does work. I mean, I know I've been showing you guys a lot of heart-shaped ones. Don't be afraid to expand. Don't be afraid to go to the circle stuff too. Actually, one of my biggest sellers is a round one. So I like the heart-shaped ones because they work very well. These dog tag pendants too, with the military ball chain, work awesome. So if you're gonna do something for like a dad to a son, do that. The circle charm with leather woven bracelet works awesome. Okay, so don't think you just have to do a heart-shaped one. You can even do this heart-shaped charm with leather woven. Works very well. A lot of these work very, very well. This is even like a bracelet up right there. Bangle, I guess I call it. But people do wear those. You can do these cross pendants too. And they're very, like you can see, somebody just put in the mock-up, they just put the quote, like the religious quote, or what do you call it? Not quote, scripture, whatever you call it. I can't remember. So you've got that option with the luxury chain, and then with the ball chain. Now, these ones too. This engraved vertical stick necklace, very cool, because you can, yeah, like it says, internal love, Megan and Jack, but that's a very cool product, very different too. The engraved keychain, awesome, you can do that. This interlocking heart necklace is very cool. So, and you can do a custom message card as well. So you could do, you know how like we come up with all these very cool quotes and then we put them on a necklace? Well, this bottom right of the screen here, interlocking hearts necklace, that's the actual necklace they get. But in the box, you can do a custom message card. So you can see, it even says to my wife. I can't really read it, but let's see here. Well, let me, a great product. I want to see, oh, so check this out. To my daughter, together forever, never apart, maybe in distance, but never in heart. So here is your message card. Look at these. There's already husband to wife. Check it out. Learn more about message cards and see all options available here. So we're not really doing this today. Oh, crap. But this is an option where you can customize these cards. I guess I have a whole bunch. Biker wife, veteran wife, wife didn't marry. What? Wife didn't marry? Oilfield wife. Dad to daughter safe, dad to daughter never. Man, there's like a ton of these. What this is. Message cards FAQ. Download the card designs. Once downloaded, extract zip files somewhere, easily upload files later. So here's all the instructions, I guess, on how to do it. And even a video. That's cool. Swap mock-up on product manager. So there's the full details. So if you're ever stuck, learn more about message cards, and you can put, so we're not really doing this today, but say you will find a husband to wife one, which is a heart necklace. That's what I'm showing you. Next one, when we want to scale, why not do this product too with the exact same quote? Like, it's a no-brainer, absolute no-brainer. You can price them even higher than $49.95 if you want, but they recommend $49.95. So anyway, we're getting off track. Let's go back to the dashboard. The dashboard here just shows you orders, units, and profits. Products are here. Catalog, can't remember what the catalog is. Oh, it's just all the different products. Your customer data is here, and your profits are here. And we get a payout, you just request one, and they'll pay you out. They're doing it manually right now because we're in beta. They're in beta, not we. I wish we. So just request a payout, they'll do it. You got all this stuff down here. You got settings. You can join the community, add your pixels. You don't need to because we can add them per product now. Add your payment method. You do need to do that. Create your first product, make your first sale, right? So down here, there's the default pixel ID. You don't need to use this though because we can put it per product. And then you do need to enter your payout information. So your payout email. So I would go deepseacoach@gmail.com. And mine is PayPal, but they do Payoneer as well. Save that, go back to the dashboard, and then let's click on add new product. So today we're launching a heart one. So we're gonna do create product. And over here is where you upload your artwork. I'm just gonna take like the first one here. And see, this is one I don't really like, but again, I'm always wrong, so boom. I'm not a fan of this, to be honest. I don't like the red. The red doesn't work for me, but remember in the last one, we did this quote, to my wife, I love you more than words can say. You're the best thing that has happened to me. So that's pretty cool. Continue. And what we're gonna do to start these is, I know I do harp on like raising the prices, but to start these products, we're gonna go with their defaults and then we can raise them after. Reason being, on a $39.95 product, we'll make like, I think 28 bucks if they don't do engraving. If they do engraving, we're gonna make 39 bucks. If they do gold, it goes up by like even more. And then gold with engraving goes up even more. So the way that they've structured this platform is it starts out with a gold variant. And then when they click add to cart, I'll show you in a sec, you have the option to engrave it as an upsell. And then you can upgrade to like a gold finish as well. So when you're getting your designs done, try and get your designer to make it, like just say, I need it to look good on a silver and a gold, and then let them go to town. So this one will look good on a silver and gold. So I got lucky there. But I mean, honestly, I don't like the design, but I love the rest of the designs that were done. So I'm gonna say this. So to my wife, I love you more than words can say. You are the best thing that has happened, spell it right, to me. So you got, there's your characters remaining, right? So some people, there's a question on the forum before about, I don't know what URL to use, so you're gonna find out right now. And I'm not putting the URL in the text anymore, so I'll show you that too. There's a couple changes in what I've been doing. You guys may have seen some screenshots that are pretty large. Yesterday, my profit was over $1,100, so that's profit, Canadian. That's like fantastic. So we're right in the Christmas season and this stuff works awesome. So let's do this. So, what's it? To my wife, I love you. One word to say, you are the best thing that happened to me. What? Say this. Would your wife love this? Yes, she would definitely love to hear these words from you. The best part, you can engrave the back with a personal message of your choice. Also, it comes in a neat little gift box to get her one for a Christmas gift or birthday gift or anniversary gift or just because. She will love this. There you go. That's it. And then I'll just go like this. Hold that. And now, like I said, pricing wise, I'm going to go higher in the future. But right now, leave it on the defaults because it's easiest. There were some people too that were raising the prices and then they weren't adjusting the variants, so it was throwing off the pages quite a bit. So I can show you how to adjust the variants if you do raise the prices, but for now, just leave it on defaults, keep it simple. We're just testing. It is easier to raise a price than it is to drop a price. right? So we will go with that style instead. For my pixel, go here to my ad account. I did a new ad account for this, mainly because I want to hide my data from my winning stuff. So Mr. Copycat, who may or may not be on the call, I don't know, can't see all my targeting for my other stuff. So sorry about that, guys, but I had to start a new ad account. The other one is running though, in the background. So put your pixel in there. That's your pixel ID. If you do have, if you're using Google, which you can certainly run Google ads to these too, put your code in there, your ID from Google right there, and then just click publish. Now it takes this. You have one product queued. Please allow up to a few minutes for these to publish. The reason for that is this is actually running on the Shopify platform, but we're accessing it. Eric has like coded this so that we can all use it. So it's very cool. But there's a throttle on how fast products can be created, just so that there's no spam going on. So what I like to do is, like, I'll reload, it could be ready, but it's not. So what I've been doing is I'll go back to the dashboard and I'll just go to the next product. So while I'm waiting on product 1, I'll basically create product 2. So that's what I think you guys should do too. So I pull this over again, go back to my designs, and I'll just go to number 2. And again, the flower stuff, just gonna drag it over. To my wife, you're always on my mind. I love you. Love your husband. I was never a fan of this kind of style, but I've learned that my personal taste and our personal taste does not matter. And I'm going to repeat that again. Your personal taste of a design is irrelevant because you are not the buyer. Now, that looks pretty slick when I showed on the mock-up there. I actually like that quite a bit now. And it even looks good on like the gold. So and it's different. It's not the typical one. So I really like what you did with this. So to my wife, you are always on my mind. I love you. Remember we did this in the last webinar? Love your husband. And then again, I'm going to just type this out because if you switch up kind of the question and then the paragraph here a little bit, it's a little bit better because they're not seeing the exact same thing every time. But with the actual ad copy, I mean, you can use the exact same ad copy and just be pumping out different designs. Anyway, so we can say this, want to surprise your wife with a beautiful gift. Then, is it then or then? This is it. Get her one of these awesome necklaces. They come in a gift box too, and you can even engrave a special message on the back. This is perfect to give as a Christmas gift, a birthday gift, or anniversary gift, or just because gift. You will get massive brownie points for this. Get her one now. There. Then highlight that. Bold. And again, put your pixel ID in here. So I got that from here. If you go here and go to all tools and then pixels in your ad account, that's your ID, okay? When you go to create a brand new ad account and you're running some traffic, it'll have a little thing that says set up your pixel, and then just click that, set it up, and then go back to what you're doing is the option, and then it'll do that. So I'm gonna leave the pricing the same. I'm gonna publish, and it says it may take, there's the first one's done. So you have to go through and repeat that for all 5 of your designs in order to get them ready. So I'm gonna get started on this one, just because I want to launch 2 ad campaigns on this live webinar. So for you, I want you to repeat that for the remaining 3 designs you have, because you're doing batches of 5. You're not going to take one shot at this anymore. I was finding too many people were taking like doing one or two, and then they'd be like, it didn't work, I quit, I'm out of here. And I'm like, nope, you're not allowed to do that anymore. So batches of five per week. If you want to make this work, you got to test, and you got to find the good ones. All right. So I've seen a lot of designs too on the forums, and some of them, the designs aren't bad, like the actual look of it, but the quote itself is off. It's just like in the dad to daughter stuff that I saw a whole bunch of them. It's like there was so much generic stuff and so much rehashed quotes that it was like deja vu for me. Like reading through this and going, wow, that's not mushy at all. That's not sentimental. I've seen that quote 5,000 times. A lot of people that are succeeding, you're like, you see well, I'll show you, right? I'm going to sidebar here. Do you see this forum section? And you see how many people are in here besides me? The reason that these guys are making it work is they took the advice that I gave them of ask. Like for the dad to daughter stuff, I told people, ask a female what they would want their dad to say to them that would like touch their heart. And the ones that did this came up with unique stuff, unique and first to market kicks ass. That's what they did. So they didn't just go and like spy on everybody and find what somebody else was doing and copy it and put their own design. That's one way, and yeah, it can work, but the best way is come up with unique stuff. So in the wife niche, which is what we're in right now, I want you to ask a wife, you know, like post on Facebook and say, hey, anybody who's married out there, female, what is the nicest thing your husband could say to you? Like, what is the mushiest, nicest, or most romantic, most sentimental thing your husband could say to you? Literally go to your Facebook after this webinar and post that. And you're going to get some smart ass answers, but you will get some that you'll go, holy shit, that right there is a necklace. And that is beautiful. And I'm going to use that. And it will sell like hotcakes because it hasn't been seen 5 million times by everybody. And there's some people that build their whole businesses on copying everybody else. And that's not the way to do it. Like there's no creativity there. There's no uniqueness. So be unique, be first to market, and you will make this work. If you just keep pumping out regurgitated crap that everybody else has done and already done for years, it's not going to work as well. Okay. So it's not hard. Just be original. So anyway, rant done. Let's go back to ads manager. So it's going to be number 3 here. I ran some other tests. So we are going to follow this format. Now, you may notice on the screen, I've ran 2 here as kind of tests in this campaign to warm it up a little bit. But look at this. It's $100 campaigns. And you're like, whoa, I can't spend $100. That's crazy, Will. Well, you can when you're making 120, 130, 150 off that one campaign, right? And you're going to use rules to deposit. So this method that I'm still thinking of the name, I'm going to call it the reinforcement method because it starts with testing and then you get the reinforcements for scaling. So today is testing. Next webinar is scaling with the reinforcement. So I'm going to call this a reinforcement method. You'll see why once you see the whole picture. Okay, so today we're going to be testing out these designs. So this is number 3. And this is campaign 3, number 1. And then I just put this SH for ShineOn, November 12th, 19. And we go like this. For the wife niche, you can see on the left what I've done. It just has to be married and whatever, right? I like to put actually the first interest first. So I'm going to go like this and go happiness and married. And you're like, Will, you're crazy. That's not enough people. Well, yeah, it is. And I'm going broad, 25 plus males, and we're going USA for this one. That's it. So now we're going to set this up. A couple changes here. Not traffic, it's conversions. Even if you have no sales yet, I want you to do conversions. Daily budget 100. Ad set. Boom. That's it. Boom. So I'm naming everything the same, just to keep it simple, because I'm running one campaign with one ad set and one ad. Now, another difference, okay? So this is your main setup. It's going to be lowest cost. Leave these on the settings that show. click on your ad set. And in here, we've got our, so that's our wife pixel, which we've already added to the ShineOn platform. And if you want to look at your products, there, the other one's ready too. If you want to edit anything, click it. Then it takes you to this page where you can edit. There's my pixel. Okay, so you can change that at any time too. And then down here are all the images. And down here are the prices. So you can see that my defaults are $39.95 for the regular, but if you get engraving, it's $15 more. So that's $54.95. And then the gold is $49.95. If you get the engraving, it's $64.95. So if you start changing these prices, you just click it down here in variants. It'll pop a window and you can see the compare at price and the price. So if you want to go up 10 bucks, you have to add $10 to each of these. Okay. And then you have to go through all the rest of them and do the same. So for example, the engraving is $54.95, but they default to a compare at $69.95. And that's just on the page. It'll show you like a crossed out thing. So you'd have to increase these accordingly. Okay, that's where you adjust your prices. If we want to view it, click view. And see, this is a cross out thing I was talking about. So your price, $39.95, compare at $54.95, you save 15%, $15 or 27%. That's just a little thing they do. I'm trying to work with ShineOn on this page. They have like conversion specialists or whatever that are way better at landing page conversion than me. But the one thing I kind of want is this product detail to be up here. And I'd like this review thing and this bestseller and USA made out of here. Because I don't care about the reviews. This bestseller and USA made, I don't care. Like USA made is a US thing. And I know that's a huge market, but the rest of the world doesn't care if it's made in the US. Only US people care if it's made in the US. This almost gone. I'm not a fan of it. Handmade is cool, but I think I want this part up here, right below my title, and move all the rest of this out of here, as far as I'm concerned. But I mean, it is converting, it is working. It defaults to this. It looks good on a phone too. So if you pull up that URL on a phone, it looks pretty cool. So you can see all the different things. And then when they add to cart, you'll see this is why you got to do like silver first. So click add to cart. This pops up. It does work well on a phone too. If they add engraving, it's $15 more. And it says 50% off, one-time offer, regular 30 but 15. I don't like that, but whatever, it works for them. 50% off, one-time offer, 10 bucks to add this. So when they click it, the button turns like gold, or when you enter anything in here, button turns gold. So this is supposed to be like for conversions, but if they don't want it, they just hit continue without optimization. I'll tell you, the bulk of people are engraving it, and it's adding more revenue to your bottom line. So it's a good thing. Anyway, we're gonna need this page. Oh, I got a couple in here. Ooh, what do I do? X out of that. That's my other test that I was running. So let's view this again, because I do need these images in a second. But let's go back here. I keep jumping around. Okay, conversion. So you see I don't have any sales on this ad account yet. But you're going to scroll down. And the ad account setup is a little bit different from my old account. So this is cool because this is like the newest version. This, you'll get this too. It's red, right? And your ad may not be optimized. Oh no, I can't do it. I don't care. Don't worry about it, Facebook. I'll get you sales. So this is red. I'm running it anyway. And this is what you guys will probably see too. Run it anyway. It doesn't matter. Now, difference number 2. We have a $100 CBO campaign. Remember this dynamic creative? We didn't use this in the past. We're using it. So click the on and continue. We're using dynamic creatives. Why? Because Facebook loves them and they'll reward you with more sales. So that's why we're doing it. Budget and schedule. We're going to start this, and this one is set to Toronto time. But we're going to start at 4 o'clock. Okay, we're not going to start in the morning. We're going to hit the evening traffic with the first blast of every new campaign we start. It's going to start at 4 o'clock. Okay, now on the next scaling side, I'll show you what to do, but for now we're just testing. So we just want to make sure that start everything at 4 p.m. Okay, so we get the evening flow. Down here, we're going to do United States. I gotta remove Canada. You guys may or may not have to. Excuse me. We're gonna do men. We're gonna go pretty broad because the younger guys seem to be buying these too. So right now it's 91 million men in the US. Now for targeting, I'm going to do this. Happiness. Now what's that got to do with the necklace? Absolutely nothing. But it doesn't matter because we're going demographic. We want married men. You know, in the dad to daughter niche, we don't know if they have a daughter, but we can tell if they're a parent. Well, this niche, we know for sure they're married because we have a relationship status called married. So now we guarantee that we're hitting the right people with our necklace. Pretty sweet, eh? Look at that potential reach. 9.2 million. How awesome is that? This niche is huge because so many people have wives. It's insane. All right. Couple questions coming in. Can I use my Shopify store instead of this platform? You can, absolutely. So we need to go with a new pixel for husband to wife, right? I would, yes. I would have a pixel per niche because when you get to the scaling phase, you need it. Okay. You can get away with it when you're at a low volume, but in the scaling phase, you pretty much need that dedicated pixel for a niche. So happiness and married. That's it. You could expand, but you don't need to because I kind of want to make sure they're married. Now, change number, what's this, 3? We're using auto placements because we're using dynamic creatives. And you might be saying, well, that's nuts. Don't do it. Yep, we're doing it. And how did I come about all these changes? I test and I experiment and I run so much crap until I find what works, and that's what I show you. So that's why we're doing dynamic creatives and auto placements on a $100 CBO campaign with 1 ad set and 1 ad. Cool, man. Love it. Now, why $100? Because anything more doesn't work as well. Anything less doesn't work as well to start. That's why we're doing it. So I used to do edit placements at feeds only, not doing that. I'm leaving all this on default. Okay, so don't even touch this. I know this conversion window thing. I said like 1 day click, or I used to do this one, 1 day click or view. Now just leave it on the default. Let Facebook handle it. Why? Because it works. You can certainly tinker with that if you really want to, but you don't need to. Now, last part of this one is the dynamic creative. This is a little bit different than what we used to do, and I just gave away another page, but whatever. I'm sure I'll get copied from this too. That's okay. So I've got multiple pages running that a lot of people don't even know about, but some they do. Anyway, so married and happy. This is my married page, right? And I'm going to use select a page for this, for the Instagram placements. Yeah, we're going to run on Instagram too. Pretty cool. Now, create ad. I need images, and I don't have any yet. So I got to go back here. I got to get some. So let's go here. The hand one is very cool. So I'm going to save this as, I'm going to go all the way through this. Websites, that, forum files, wife designs. This one is to my wife, you are always on my mind. I love it. Okay, so right here. Is that the right one? Yep. So I'm going to save that hand one. And then I'm going to go to the box. I'm going to advertise the silver to start, but you could mix it up if you wanted. And then just right click, save, and we'll save this. Now, I'm going to open up Photoshop, but let me show you something here. If I go here, show you something different, if I can. I double click it. So all I did was double click it. And there's a, no, what, crop and rotate. No, this is photos. I don't think I can do it on photos. Let's do open with. Paint. Okay, so this is Microsoft Paint. All right. So if you don't have Photoshop, you can do this in Photoshop too. But I'm just going to hit resize, and I'm going to go by pixels, and I'm going to put in 1080 and OK, and then I'm just going to go File, Save As, a PNG. I'm going to call this 1080 hand. Wait, I already have this? Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Okay, let me find the right folder. Files there. There. And what's this one say? Always on my mind. Alright, so 1080 hand. Save. A little bit easier, right? This is with Paint. And I can also open stuff from here if I wanted. Open. D drive. Wow, that's faster. Just go like this. So I'll close that. So I got my hand one resized. So let's click this. Right click. Open with. Paint. Resize. Hit pixels. 1080. Okay. File. Save as. Oh, no, I don't want JPEG. File. Save as. PNG. This will be 1080 box. There we go. A little bit easier, eh? I mean, I could do it in Photoshop, but you could also, I'm just giving you options. So you guys, if you have a program on a Mac, I'm not on a Mac, I'm on a PC. There's probably something you can use that'll resize it, but just showing you how easy it is to resize that stuff. So I'm gonna move this box over, this window, over here. Oh, more questions coming in. When running these on GearBubble, do you use the ShineOn mockups for the ads, or what do you suggest? No, don't use ShineOn mockups for GearBubble, that's not cool. Those belong to ShineOn. So it's totally inappropriate. Don't do it. I know people are, and I don't like that. Imagine you own ShineOn, and people are using your mockups to promote another company. You'd be pretty pissed, right? Don't do it. That's about as definitive an answer as I can give you. I know you're seeing them, but I don't like it when people do that. It's not cool at all. You're basically stealing. Okay, looks like we would need a new Facebook page dedicated to husband-wife, or is a family page okay? Family page is fine, okay? I have to create new pages constantly because people watch my stuff and they copy me, but a family page is fine. I've got gigantic family pages. It's just everybody knows them, so they follow them. And then anything new I post, they automatically copy it. So I have to be constantly creating new pages to stay ahead of the game. And I have to constantly be creating like new ad accounts with new pixel IDs too, so they can't track me that way. Once you get a lot of sales and people know that you're doing a lot of sales, you become a target for copycats. So you do not need one. With the mockups, do you suggest for GearBubble? Do you use the default ones with the black backgrounds? Yep, I do. And then I'll just change the background out to a different color. Use multiple pixels on the family page. Yep, the page is just what you have to use. The key is the niche. So if you have like 5 different niches, you have 5 different pixels, they can all run through the same family page. Okay, that doesn't matter. All right, let's move along to this part where we have to now select images. Then I'm going to hit, oh, of course, reload. I love that error message too. So go back, apparently it crashed. So select images, upload images, and here we're going to go to, crap, where to go? Websites. This one. Forum files. Yeah, this one. This one. And to my wife, you are always on my mind. Here we go. Okay, so I've got 1080 hand, and then I'm gonna hold down Control and 1080 box, and open both. And you'll see those two open, and they're already selected because we're using dynamic text. Continue. So we've got 2 images. Now, for the text, we're gonna use 2 primary text, 2 headlines, 2 descriptions, 1 website URL, and 2 buttons. So these dynamic ads run like a ton of options on, like Facebook will have a ton of options. So I'm just going to grab these little emojis, symbols, And I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to go like this. Perfect wife gift. And then the usual. She'll love this, blah, blah, blah. This is the perfect gift for your wife. Get her one now. You can even engrave the back if you want. She will love it. All right, there's my one. And now all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy that and I click add another option. All I'm gonna do is change out the emoji to a heart one. So hit the backspace on that, heart, copy back here. And we're gonna go like so. Okay, and then headline. What I like to use is click here for details, and then add another option. Click here for pricing. Okay, and then the description. Now, there's a lot of confusion right now about this description thing. This is what they're talking about when they say the descriptions are going away, not the primary text. Okay, so people think this part's going away, but they're wrong. It's the description. And there was some announcement, you may see it in your ad account, talk about descriptions going away. That's what it means, okay? So let's go here, description, which nobody really looks at it anyway, but you can say this, get her one now, and then add another option. So Facebook is gonna mix and match the primary text, the headline, the description, and the URL, and the button, the call to action button, and those two images. So if you look, they have 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, which is what? What's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2? Here's a number of variations of this ad. So they have 2 images times 2 primary text times 2 descriptions times 2 headlines times 2 call to action buttons. 32 variations of this ad when they mix and match. Instead of us manually creating 32 variations of an ad, they're going to do it. And you know what? They love doing it. They really appreciate it. You know what else? These ad sets, when they click, they last way longer than one that just has one ad in them. So little change of route, but it works very well. So get her one now. I'll just say perfect gift for her. Now change this up. Don't like carbon copy my text. You get the idea. It's a question and then like blah, blah, blah. This is perfect. She'll love it. Click here for details, click here for pricing. Get her one now. Perfect gift for her. Now the URL I need. So I'm going to grab this. So grab everything before the question mark. Okay, everything before the question mark. Because the question mark is just saying the variant is that. We don't need that for the ad. So then the website URL, paste. And then call to action. We don't need a display link. It'll default that. Look at that though. Isn't that a beauty? So call to action, learn more, and add another option. Guess what I'm going to do? Shop now. There we go. So it's going to mix and match all these items that I created over here, and then make sure it's tracking on your pixel, and then you basically hit publish. But we're not done because that's just one ad set. We need 5. Okay. So I'm going to do this, quickly duplicate, and this, all I'm going to do is edit this one. So I'm going to go number 2, then I'm going to do Control A, Control C. Well, actually, let's start in here. Start at the ad set because we're just going to change the targeting. So instead of happiness, I'm going to say, you can do literally whatever broad interest you want. How about hunting? Why not? Hunting and married. Think that'll work? I don't know. Maybe. It's 9.7 million men in the US. That's a pretty good sizable chunk. There. Now I'm going to go like this. Change this to number 2. So number 2, November 12th, hunting and married, 25 plus men, USA, Control A, Control C. Go back over here on the left. Click this because we need to change the campaign name. And then go to your ad. And on this is the only change we have to make to the ad. It's going to create another new dynamic ad for this. And you might be saying, well, you're losing all that social proof stuff that we need and we have to have and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter anymore. It really doesn't. It used to be the most important thing, and it used to kick butt when you had like so many shares and likes and blah, blah, blah. Now, Facebook has shifted. The most important thing is giving Facebook options and giving them the ability to do variations and to find the one that works best. So the old method that people were using where they're manually creating the ads, it's not working as well. And I don't know why. Don't ask me to explain it. I'm not Mark Zuckerberg. All I know is I've tested the crap out of every possible combo and idea I could come up with, and this is what's working. So that's why. It's just from testing. Now I need 3 more. So I'm going to do another one. I'm going to go to the ad set. I'm just going to change out hunting to something else. Let's go suggestions. What about fishing? Sure. Do some fishing. Fishing and married. Do these guys like buying their wives' necklaces? We will find out. Now let's change that to number 3. Then Control A, Control C. Click on the campaign name here. And change that. Click on the ad name here. And change the ad name. And we just need 2 more. So go back to the campaign level. Quickly duplicate. Now, there's another one. Well, there's a bunch. I mean, you could literally do any broad interest you want. Okay, if like there's a whole bunch more that come up dealing with kind of the outdoor stuff, but you could do this one, marriage. Marriage and married, pretty cool, right? That's 2.4 million guys. So let's do it. Why not? Oh, damn. USA. That's number 4. And then I copy this whole thing to here. And then I paste the name of the campaign. And then the ad, I'm not changing anything on it except that. There we go. And now 1 more. Go here. We got our duplicate. Go to the ad set. And change that marriage out to something else. Throw something out there. What do you want me to put? Anything. What's first thing pops in your mind? Ooh, anybody? Was it engaged shoppers? Because that popped into my mind. So we've got engaged shoppers, and these are people who have clicked the call to action button shop now in the past week. And look at how many of them there are. Wow. 4.9 million men aged 25 plus in the US have clicked the shop now button on a Facebook ad in the past 7 days. Isn't that insane? Paste. And let's change this to number 5 on the ad set name. Copy the ad set name. Go to the campaign name. Paste. Go to the married and married. Oh, sorry. Ad level. Paste. Now, here's where we're at. We've got 5, and we're going to publish them. And they're going to start at 4 o'clock tonight. And they're going to go to this page, and people are going to buy it. And we're going to be laughing all the way to the bank. That's the way it works. But we're not done. So we got it launched and set up correctly. We've got the images. We've got the campaign set up correctly for testing. Now we need some rules, because what good would it be if we didn't have rules? Now, if you're running like an ad account, kind of all the same stuff, you can do an option in here where you can run it for the whole ad account. So these rules can apply to everything in the ad account. If you're running my methods and you're using the default pricing, you can do this. Later on, if you want to like increase the price on something else, then you'll have to create rules for each campaign. Okay, so I can show you either way. It probably is, well, when we're testing though, we don't want to repeat the rules. So there's a couple ways to go about this. I'll show you. So the rule number 1 is select all 5 of yours, and then go here to rules and create a new rule. And so this could be in here, it could be all active campaigns or the 5 campaigns I selected. Okay, so If we run everything at the same price and it has the same trigger points and everything's run identically in the campaign and we don't have any other products in the ad account, we can do this, all active campaigns. Okay, this way we don't have to apply the rules to basically to any new campaigns. It will apply to every active campaign in the ad account. So when we go to do the exact same setup for the next necklace, it'll apply without us even having to apply an existing rule. Okay, we can do that. I do like this if you're running like an ad account dedicated to a specific product at a specific price. A lot of people are running a lot of different products at a lot of different prices though. So you're probably going to want to do this, which is 5 campaigns. So the campaigns you select, all right? Now we want to turn off the campaign. Everything is controlled at the campaign level now. Each of these campaigns is like the olden days would be an ad set within a campaign. Okay, because the campaign has one ad set and one ad. So we just move things up a level as far as our management goes. So we want to turn off the campaign. In this case, what I do is spent greater than 20 and add to cart. So website conversion, Facebook pixel, add to cart is smaller than 1. And this is not lifetime, this is today. Okay, you'll see why when we get to the next webinar for scaling, why I'm doing this. So this is going to run every 30 minutes. It's going to check these campaigns. If it doesn't have an add to cart by the time it spends 20 bucks, it's shutting it off. That means if all 5 of these don't get an add to cart, you spend 100 bucks in testing. It didn't work, move on to the next. Okay, so let's go here. So campaign number 3, and this is rule number 1, and this is turn off campaign if spent is greater than 20 and add to cart is less than 1 today. Now this is assuming you're using the default pricing. If you're using a higher pricing, you can increase that trigger point of the spent. So say you're up by 10 bucks. Say you went $49.95 on the silver instead of $39.95. Well, bump that spent up to 30 bucks for an add to cart instead of 20. You can adjust these numbers. And then I'm just going to copy this whole thing. Great. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2. Create a new rule. 5 campaigns, turn it off if spent is greater than 30. And guess what I'm going to put here? Website conversion, Facebook pixel, purchases, smaller than 1. And this is also today. So this is saying, okay, if this one got an add to cart before it spent 20 bucks, it's going to keep running. But now you've got another 10 bucks to get a sale before I turn you down or turn you off. So I'm just going to paste this because it's easier to edit. So turn off if spent is greater than 30 and purchase is less than 1 today. Okay. Great. All right, good stuff. Now we've got another one. This one is when it actually gets a sale, but it's not profitable. So I'm going to show you this. If, and this is a little bit different than the other rule that you've seen in the past. If purchases is greater than 0 and cost per purchase is greater than, I say 35 here. You'll see why when we get to scaling. So if purchase is greater than 0, this is just like a safety thing to not let the cost per purchase get away on us. So usually what I did is I would have a spent thing under the conditions too. What I've learned in my scaling and my reinforcement method is I've got a little different approach to this now. So this is going to be today. And instead of putting it to run every 30 minutes, we're going to do a custom schedule. We're going to run it every day on this custom schedule. And it's going to start at basically, all right, about here, 2 p.m. And then it's going to run every 2 hours. 4 p.m. Then hit the plus sign. 6 p.m. Hit the plus sign. 8 p.m. So 2, 4, 6, 8. That's when we're checking that, you know, it got a sale, but it's not very profitable. So we're going to shut it down. We're going to run that every 2 hours. You'll see why I only did those 4 hours in a second. So again, we got to repeat this. So you can see why I said we could do these rules across the whole ad account, because then you don't have to go in and repeat this for every necklace you do. Mind you, you could attach these rules to the next, like campaign number 4 as well, if it's running the same trigger points, same pricing. So 6, 8, 10, and then here, we're gonna go 2, 4, 6. So you're like, Will, why are you doing this? Like, why are you running it every 2 hours starting at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Because that's what works. This is the method, man. So 2, 4. Because when I was running it every 30 minutes in the past, stuff was getting cut off too quick because maybe Facebook didn't update. I don't know why, but it wasn't working as well. So I've changed this rule. I've modified it to suit my method, and it works way better now. So things aren't going to get out of control, but gives it a little bit more leeway to spend and to get your results. And if we're running $100 daily and the thing is profitable, we don't want to be cutting it off too fast just because Facebook didn't update the numbers fast enough. 8. Okay. And then last one. 2. Oh, wait. Yeah, 2. 4. Oh, I guess I did it twice. 6 plus 8. All right. So we got it to run every day, starting at 2, 2, 4, 6, 8. So every 2 hours. Okay, close. And then we'll go like this. Paste that one in there. So this is rule number 3. Just like our safety kind of check rule. And this is going to be 2, 4, 6, 8 p.m. Turn off campaign if purchases greater than 0 and CPP greater than 35 today. Okay. Great. Awesome. Now, why am I running that stuff based on today's numbers? Because of this, no, well, not yet. I've got another rule. This is my turn off campaign, and this is settings, campaign name. It's not contained. Superstar. So we can edit the campaign names in the future if we're going to need to, because of the restart that we're going to do. So if we're going to turn it off, if the campaign, oh, actually, sorry, that's the wrong one. Sorry, I was thinking of a different test method. This is not that. Okay, so scratch that. Turn off if, just looking at my notes when I did that, sorry. Purchases smaller than 1 today. And this is going to be a custom schedule. Every single day at noon, you're going to shut any campaign off that doesn't have a sale yet, because it's just sucking money and it's not going to work today. We're going to go like this. 12. 12. Mouse is so sensitive. 12. 12. Okay, so this one is like so. Rule number 4. Turn off campaign if it hasn't got a sale by noon. Okay, so that's going to trim a lot of them, right? And you'll see how we scale later, but so that's that. Copy, create, just check that. Turn off campaign, purchase less than 1 today on this schedule. Boom, 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 boom. Good, great. Now, one more. What if, because that's what management and rules is all about. What if one of these lovely campaigns is doing very well and it kind of starts out good in the morning and then 2 o'clock rolls around and that cost per purchase creeps up over 35 and it gets shut down. Is it a dud? No, because it got a sale. It just wasn't very profitable, like super profitable. So the next day, we're going to want to restart that puppy. And we're not going to restart it like super early in the morning. Although actually we could. Yeah, let's start it in the morning. So let's go like this. Because the new ones that you schedule start at 4 p.m. The existing ones that we restart start at basically 3 o'clock a.m. Okay, so let's go like this. Create new rule. 5 campaigns. And in this case, we're saying, okay, we turned it off, but now we want to turn it back on and give another shot today. And this is where we go to settings, campaign name does not contain the word crap. So why would a campaign name contain the word crap? Because we edited the campaign name with the word crap in it if it's a crappy campaign and we don't want to restart it. So a crappy campaign is one that spent like, $50 without even an add to cart over the period of like maybe 2 or 3 days. We would go in on day 2, check the numbers, and then day 3, check the numbers. And if the numbers still aren't there, we'll just edit the name to say crap and turn it off. And then this restart rule will not restart this campaign, but it will restart everything else. Okay? So the time range doesn't matter, but here's where we go, custom schedule. And why not just midnight? I just find 3 o'clock in the morning is a little bit better. You could even do 4 o'clock in the morning, but I'm finding 3 a.m. works very well. So we'll set all these to restart at 3 a.m. if it's doing well. And you might be like, well, Will, how am I going to scale this? Well, stay tuned for next week when I show you exactly how to scale this puppy. So let's go close. So that's 3 o'clock a.m. restart if it doesn't contain the word crap. 3 o'clock a.m. Turn on campaign if campaign name does not contain crap. And upper or lowercase doesn't matter. Great. There you go. So you've got that done. That's ready to roll. Now what do? You go to number 2, products, this one. And you're going to repeat that Facebook campaign setup. And then you're going to attach those rules. You can apply an existing rule if you want to the next batch. So it'll be campaign number 4, 4-1, 4-2, 3, 4. And then you apply the rules to those 5 new tests. So your homework, I'm going to put this over here. Lost my window. Get over here. Oop, too much clicking. Okay. So, homework. Let's go like this. Number 1, launch 5 necklaces on ShineOn. Number 2, launch 5 test campaigns on Facebook. You can schedule 1 to start every day, or you could just run them all on one day. That's more aggressive. So today's like Tuesday, right? So you could say, okay, this number 3 is starting today. I'll schedule one to start tomorrow, one to start, what's today? Tuesday? Yeah, one to start Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The only time I don't want you to run any tests is on Monday, okay? So you're gonna launch those 5, run them. Number 3, apply the 5 rules to each campaign. So what you can do is you can actually create them all, and then you can just select them all and then apply an existing rule once you've created them, okay, as I have up here. So I'm gonna go to some questions and then we're gonna basically wrap it up. So launch and test, and this is 5, okay? If you tell me I only tested 1 necklace in the past 7 days on the next webinar, I'm going to reach through the screen and smack you, because you have to test 5, okay? I can't stress that enough. I can't, the guys that are not testing enough are just falling off the wagon, and it sucks because it's all right here and it all works awesome, but you got to work it. If you have tests that you run that are not getting anything, I can guarantee you it's a quote. Like the design is going to be, it could be like, you know, a design thing too, but more than anything, it's the quote. And it's usually with that, it's not mushy enough, it's not unique. What I'm finding a ton is there's just nothing unique anymore. Nobody's like taking my advice of actually asking real humans, what would you want on this? So they're going to Pinterest, they're going to Amazon, they're going to Walmart, they're going to Etsy, and they're just rehashing everybody else's stuff. That's fine, it'll work. It's not as effective as something unique though. Okay, so I can't stress that enough. So there's your homework. Launch 5 test campaigns, apply 5 rules to each campaign that you launch. And the structure is now, it's 1 campaign with 1 ad set and 1 ad. We are using $100 CBO budgets. We're using, I hope I did CBO. I think I did. Let me double check. Yeah, CBO is on $100, okay. And we're using dynamic creatives, auto placements, so that Facebook gets what they want. So that's the big change. There's one other big change in the reinforcement method that I'm going to show you, but that's coming up next week. All right, so a little teaser. It works very well. If you have any questions, I want you to post them in the group. If you have stuff that isn't working, I want you to post it in the group, and I want you to get help. Okay, typically it's not the ad campaign, it's not the ad method that's a problem, it's the quote, and that's the biggest issue. Okay, some of the ugliest designs ever are selling, but the quote, if the quote is good, that's key. All right, so I'm going to go to a couple questions and I'm going to close it off. So let's see. Somebody suggesting add awesome Christmas gift in primary text. You can certainly do that. Feel free to adjust your primary text to suit your needs. No problem at all. Will each of these be at $100, or is that split between the different campaigns? It's $100 per campaign. Have you ever left the interest blank and let FB just decide? 100%, absolutely, I've done that. That's why you need a dedicated pixel, for that very reason. 3 a.m., no matter what time zone to restart. Yeah, this ad account is set to Eastern Standard Time, so I just set it to 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Can you duplicate and then just change the images and targets? Yes, you can. So scrap the rocket. Well, hang on. So scrap the rocket and slow and steady methods for your new one. Don't scrap it. They still work. They still work. No. That wrong. No, wrong takeaway. No. This is another method. This is a new experimental one that I've been working very, very well for the past like 2 months. So I'm going to show you guys all this stuff so you're ahead of the curve too. If you have stuff that's working with the slow and steady and the rocket method, keep doing it. Don't just scrap stuff and jump to the next. Add to stuff, okay? So I want you to continue doing the slow and steady, especially. I've been using that for years. And the rocket method works very, very well too for scaling. This method is like a separate one. It's a new one. I just like to give you guys new stuff once in a while when I come up with it. So I ran a whole bunch of experiments. You saw a couple in the forums, but this particular combo just seemed to be responding really well. So I figured, hey, better show you guys so you can benefit too. So no, it's not a matter of that doesn't work, scrap it. It's add to your arsenal of methods so you have more that you can use, okay? Do you still skip ads on Mondays? Yes. New stuff, absolutely. I do not launch any tests on Monday. Although yesterday was one of my best days in like a long time. So I don't know, maybe Mondays are good now for the Christmas time, like Christmas buying frenzy. Because like I pulled over 1,100 profit yesterday, and that was a Monday. And I was like, huh? That doesn't happen. Weird. Can't add products on ShineOn original account. Tried to drop down at top with my store name. Doesn't have an option to go back to ShineOn.com. A new account gives me the URL. Yeah, Hale. Okay. I don't know what's going on with your account, Hale, but I did send a screenshot of what you posted onto the Slack channel with Eric, the owner, and the actual coders. So they have seen it, and they will fix it. They're pretty good for fixing that kind of thing. Just seeing if I have it here. Yep, you're right here. I'm adding products, that's you. So you're in the queue to get fixed. So they gave me direct access to the coders too, so that's pretty cool. And I don't own any part of ShineOn. I wish I did, but I don't. We're beta testing, so they want to make sure things get fixed quick. And unlike Teespring, they are super responsive. All right, hopped on a little late. Can you go over suggested pricing on both ShineOn and GearBubble? Well, we're dealing with ShineOn, so I'll go with the defaults there. GearBubble, I mean, people are all over the place for that, so I would go with the defaults, and you can always raise them later. Do you need a new payment system for the new ad account, or can we use the same payment source in multiple ad accounts? You can use the same in multiple. I actually have this wife one hooked up to my PayPal, and it seems that it's allowing me to hook up like multiple accounts to my PayPal. Monday was a holiday. Monday was a holiday? Really? What was it? Thanksgiving? Veterans Day. Bingo, there you go. Okay, so that was probably an anomaly. Do you guys get the day off for Veterans Day in the US? Oh, it's just, okay. Well, that's weird. Yeah, yesterday was like Remembrance Day here, which is pretty much, I guess, the equivalent of Veterans Day down there. But like, people still go to school and work. Weird. How long for you to get this posted? I need to review. It's as quick as like GoToWebinar can render these, so usually a couple hours. What's your average daily spend been with this new method? About, oh, I don't know, $1,000, I think. Government, no government, celebrated end of World War I. Gotcha. Yeah, we had, okay, it was a holiday, but it wasn't like the statutory holiday where nobody's working, right? So I don't know, maybe, I guess that made a huge difference. I think it's probably a combo of that and the time of year, like November 11th, right? I mean, people are really, really deep into the Christmas gift buying frenzy. They are. So get this up and running now. And this wife stuff works awesome. And you've seen how big the niche is. All right, so I'll get this replay up as quick as I can. My dog is giving me the dirtiest look because I haven't let her out in a while, so I have to go do that. But otherwise, post your questions on the forum. And again, remember, batches of 5. That's the new homework, and I don't want any excuses, okay? Excuses are like belly buttons. Everybody has one, and they're useless. So there's also a more profane way to say that, but I won't do that one. So we'll see you on the forums. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. And I know there's going to be questions, but that's all good. That's why you get the support on forums. So we will talk to you on there, and we will see you next week for the scaling, which you're going to love. So the reinforcement method, new, add it to your arsenal. Don't just trash all the other stuff. Okay, right on. Have a great day, everybody, and we will talk to you soon. Hey, sorry everybody about that. Uh, I had to restart my computer. Apparently, GoToWebinar was throwing a hissy fit here, so not good. But I was like tried to restart about 5 times, and finally it worked. So that is a good thing. So anyway, this is the Christmas challenge 2019 number 2, live training number 3, and you guys are gonna love this. So I fixed the rules so that we don't have to worry about them as much as we used to. We used to, it was quite the pain in the butt to have to add rules, like 6 or 7 rules to every single campaign we did. That really slowed scaling quite a bit. So I fixed that, and I'm going to teach you how to do that. As well, I'm going to teach you how to scale, and we're going to talk about the reinforcement method right off the hop. So you can hear me, you can see me. That's good. I can see that. Right on. Good to go. So let's dive in. Sorry about the late start, but we have a lot to cover. So number 1 is kind of the method explained. So we covered it briefly in the last webinar, like how to set it up. But here's the deal. I was watching that movie, right? Saving Private Ryan. And so this is a scene near the end where Tom Hanks is like, they're down to like nobody left, and the Germans are trying to take the bridge. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie, but if you have, you'll appreciate this scene. And so he's shooting at the tank with his little pistol. That's all he's got left. Like his machine gun's gone, his ammo's gone, and he's firing and it's going tink, 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 tink. And he's not making a dent in it. And then he fires once, and then it goes boom. Like the tank right there just blows up. And he's like, what? Like, what the heck happened? Like, I don't get it. And then he looks up and he sees the plane. And this plane is actually reinforcements that are coming. So that's like the air reinforcements, but the ground reinforcements are coming too, and they kind of save the day. So I thought, how do I name this method? Well, I think it's perfect because the reinforcement method is all about that, right? Typically, a campaign looks like this. You start at like midnight, and then ad sets or campaigns, they like die off during the day. So the mornings might do a little bit, and then the afternoon it'll like tank typically, right? Mid-afternoon. Then evening it'll pick up again. But if you can't get to the evening, then you're not getting into prime time with your campaigns or your ad sets. So I thought, okay, well, why don't I work this in like 2 waves basically? So I've got only the best of the best restarting at midnight, and then I'm going to fire in new blood at 4 p.m. so that new stuff will get like prime time of the day. Basically, I don't know, it should do a lot better because it's getting into the prime time. So what I'm finding is throughout the day, at the start of the day, my campaigns will like break even or slightly profit, right? And then at 12 o'clock at noon, I say I'm shutting everything off that doesn't have a purchase. And then at 4 o'clock, I'm loading up all the reinforcements to go in and kick butt for the rest of the day. And from like even yesterday, I was breaking even all day, and I ended up the day up $750 profit because of the 4 p.m. start on these reinforcements. So I think this is the key to it all. I think this is the best way to run these campaigns. And you can start your tests with the reinforcement method too. Just create 5 campaigns and use the reinforcement method on the tests. Works very well. So these reinforcements come in, they're fresh and ready, they kick butt from 4 p.m. on. So that's kind of how it came about. And this was literally just me experimenting and trying to figure out what the heck works, what doesn't work. The rocket method works, but the rocket method was missing the reinforcement side of things. So the 4 p.m. start of all these new campaigns, as well as you know, I shifted it. So it's 1 campaign, 1 ad set, 1 dynamic ad. It's auto placements, dynamic ads. You guys know this from the other training, and you just set it at $100. I have tried. I've tried 200. I've tried 500. I've tried 1,000. I've tried 2,000. It seems to be that $100 daily budget on a CBO campaign is a sweet spot. That's where I get the best results. So you can try and increase the budget on new ones, but I don't recommend it. It's just not working. So believe me, I would love to just spend $1,000 on an ad set or on a campaign and have it profit, but it seems to me that Facebook just can't handle it. They just go and they test too much, and they lose too much money. And I don't have the patience to wait 3 days and burn through like $3,000 on a campaign before they optimize it. When I have a method that's sitting there working and profiting like basically daily for me, even on a Monday. So that's crazy. So now the question is, how many reinforcements? Like, what are you talking about here? Like, so you have a winner and you want to scale it. So how many of these reinforcement 4 p.m. campaigns do you set up? Well, I say start small and you scale up. So Start, like, schedule new campaigns daily at 4 p.m. And how many? Well, you start with 5, and then you check the performance, right? And then you go to 10 the next day, and then check the performance. Then go to 20 the next day, check the performance. And you keep going and going and going and going. And eventually, you've got a whole ton of new campaigns starting at 4 p.m. every day. And you'll see how the method, like, it will carry through now. It's actually going to allow the good stuff to pass through the 10 p.m. mark. I'll show you all the rules in a second here, how it's managed. So what do you use for new ones? Well, you're going to look at past campaigns, all right? And you're going to look at the winners, and then you're just going to do duplicates 3 to 5 times of those winners. You have the option of changing the age range on a winner. So say you have an ad set, say it's got like the daughter interest, or we're in the wife niche now. So say it's married and hunting, and you're like, well, that ad set's working, and I've got it set to like males 25 plus in the US. Okay, awesome. So do a duplicate of that 3 to 5 times. There's 3 to 5 new campaigns. Sorry, I keep saying ad sets. New campaigns that you just created that are your reinforcements to start at 4 p.m. And then go look at the next best performer in that whole, for that design, and then do duplicates again. And then once you're at the point where you can actually create lookalikes, you got to do your like 1 to 10% purchase, 1 to 10% add to cart, 1 to 10% view content. I showed you the duplicate lookalikes that I like, but you can also experiment and say like, okay, well, let's do 1 to 4, 5 to 7, and 8 to 10. You can do that too. I've done it now where I've gone like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10% purchase lookalikes, and they work very well. So the bigger the audience with this stuff, the better it tends to work. All right. So you don't, once you get to this phase, you're either going to be using basically your lookalikes or no interest. So this is where you've got a lot of sales, like probably a couple hundred on the design. At that point, you can start running no interest campaigns, which means you just use the age range and you just use the countries, and you don't have to worry about targeting. So you're not going to be even, say it's a wife necklace, you're going to be targeting like men, you know, probably 25 to 54 as an example. And that's it. It's like by the country. And then you can do duplicates of that. So you're going to have a gigantic audience of men in the US who are like 25 to 54, and it's working. So then you expand and you go to Canada and Australia and New Zealand. And you can even do countries that English is not the primary language. You just put like, say you want to target France, but you only want to target French people or English people in France. Well, under languages, you just put English, and it works awesome. So there's nothing wrong with that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, you know, so we've got all the reinforcements. We know how many, we know which ones to do. Then we're going to control it with the rules. So you're going to set up the rules to check by campaign name. So this is a key to it all. I got so sick of adding each individual new campaign to all the rules, because sometimes I forget too. And then a campaign would be running and it'd be overspending. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, why is it doing that? Then I go back and check, and I forgot to apply an existing rule to the campaign. So I had to fix that. I've got a solution for you that's going to allow you to just scale to the moon, right? Because you're not even going to, once you set the rules up once, you're not going to have to worry about them again. So I'm going to set up all the rules for you and do this exactly as I do it. And then I'll set up some campaigns for you to show you how the rules will apply. It'll make sense in a second. So let's see it in action. Basically, for the rules, you create it once and you never have to worry about them again. So you don't have to apply existing anymore at all, which is fantastic. So I'm just going to move this over for 1 sec because I need this screen. I'm going to move some things around here for the rules. There we go. Okay. So in here, we've got 5 rules right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to modify these rules first. Oops. No, not right now, but. So let's go into rule number 1. So this was like 003, right? So I'm going to do this. Actually, I can't do this. I got to create a new one. Okay. I got to create a new rule. So that's fine. You're going to have to create a new one too. I thought I could modify it, but I can't. So no sweat. Let me just get my windows arranged. And make them a little wider. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go here, and we're going to go to rules, and we're going to create a new rule. So in this one, it's going to be all active campaigns. So remember we used to do like, we used to select the campaign and then apply it. Oops, don't need to learn more. It's just all active campaigns this time. And this is going to be rule number 1. And this is one where, now I'm assuming you're pricing things at about $39.95 to start. If you're not, you can adjust the trigger points upwards. If you are, just follow what I do. Okay, so this is spent is greater than 20 and add to cart. Right here is smaller than 1. And this is today. And this is going to run continuously. So all you're going to put here is rule number 1. And this is turn off campaign if spent is greater than 20 and add to cart is less than 1 today. Oh, forgot the main point here. We need one more thing. Go down to settings and campaign name and type this, remeth. So the reinforcement method. So if the campaign name has remeth in it, then we're going to run this rule on all the active campaigns in your ad account. Pretty cool, right? So I'll show you how to attach this to campaigns too, but we're going to do the rules first. Okay, so that's rule number 1, and I'll put this in here too, remeth. There. I'll save this. And then we'll do rule number 2, create a new rule. And it's all active campaigns, turn it off if spent is greater than 30 and purchases smaller than 1. And again, we have to put that, go to settings, campaign name contains reinforcement method, remeth, and this is today. That's going to run every 30 minutes as well. That's number 2. So go back here, spent is greater than 30, and purchase in this case. So less than 1 today. So copy this. And then rule number 3 is going to be all active campaigns, and we're going to turn it off at noon if it doesn't have a sale. So pretty simple. Let's go purchases. Smaller than 1. And this is today, and settings contains remeth. Okay, now we got to do a custom schedule. So we'll do every day at noon. And we'll go, so for me, yeah, this ad account actually is set to the correct time. So that's good. Noon. The good part is once we set these rules up once, we're not going to have to set them up again. And these are going to be set up for any campaign that has the word remeth in the campaign name. So we can control that when we create our campaigns. So it saves a whole bunch of annoying steps and forgetting. So 12 p.m., 12 p.m., good. Now we'll go like this. So this is rule number 3. Turn off campaign if purchase is less than 1. So I'm going to put this over here. There. Okay, good, great. Just going to go over this other window for a sec. Make sure I have the right rules running. Okay, so that was the noon turn off. Okay. Close. And create new rule. And this one is going to be number 4. So I'll turn off the campaigns if What's this one? Okay, so if purchase is greater than 0, this is the longest one to enter. And cost per purchase is greater than 30. Now you could bump that up to 35 if you wanted. Might not be a bad idea, but and that's based on today. And we do need campaign name. Settings, campaign name contains remap. Okay, now this is going to run on a custom schedule, and this is going to be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and this is going to be at noon. And then we're going to add every 2 hours. 2, add 4, add 6, add 8, add 10. There we go. Now we'll just repeat this, which sucks, but I'm gonna do it. So this seems to be working a lot better for me for the rules not being too aggressive, and it allows for campaigns to update. So this is, if you are spending more and it's moving quicker, you probably want to set the rules to run like every hour, but then you run into update issues. So that's why I'm not scaling vertically on these. I'm only scaling horizontally. Because believe me, I've tried to scale vertically. And vertically means increasing the campaign budget, and the wheels fall off the bus, and it's a big disaster. So we don't want to do that anymore. Almost done here. And I'm doing this, I know the detail is probably boring, but I want you guys to be able to follow this step by step, so that you can see everything that's necessary in order to get these campaigns to scale. And I'll show you some proof here in a second. So somebody asked me on the forums, did you find a winner? I did, but I'm not showing my winner because I'm getting copied quite a bit, and I know that. I'm just kind of venting, but people follow me and people copy me, and so I'm not revealing my winner of the wife one, but I got one, and I moved it to my main ad account in order to make it work. And one other little kind of bump in the road here is I'll show you, but the stats on ShineOn right now aren't really conducive for me to scale yet, just because they don't have today's numbers, and can't get an answer on, I'm working on it, but I can't get an answer on the time zone that is shown for the last 24 hours. So they are fixing it, and I've been showing Eric like what I've been doing with Gear Bubble. I think he's getting excited, but no, the coders haven't fixed it yet. And if you guys have any requests too, okay, there we go, for any like additions or anything you'd like to see, like, this would be cool if it had this, just let me know, because I can pass it along to them. So 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and this is turn off campaign if purchase is greater than 0 in this case. Greater than 0, and cost of purchase is greater than 30, and that is today. All right, that's the long one. That one takes the most time. And that is rule number 4. And now Rule number 5 is the 10 p.m. turnoff, but there's one little difference here. So I'm going to do this. Rules. Create new. All active campaigns turn off if, in this case, so I got our campaign name contains remath. Make sure you put that. And then what I've been doing is I've been saying, and purchases is smaller than, what do I have over here? 4. So what this is saying is turn it off. I'm going to turn off at 10, but if purchases is less than 4. So anything that has 4 or more purchases for an ad set, it gets to run all through the night. It's not going to get shut off. And I do have ones that are sticking and they're running for like quite a while. So this is one little modification to the rules just to make it work best. And let's go here to 10 p.m. I find after 10 p.m. the sales start dropping off, and if you have any budget left over on the campaigns, then Facebook will try to blow it. So this is what I call like my locking in profit rule, basically. So 10, but I'm leaving the ones running that have at least 3 sales. Okay, and it seems to work. So do this. So this is 10 p.m. This is rule number 5. And this is turn off campaign if purchase is less than 4. Strictly, if it's got 4 sales or more, it's actually profitable because at $100 a day times 4, that's $25 cost per purchase. So I don't even need to put the cost per purchase in here. So this is where I say if you're running different pricing, you got to modify your trigger points. All right. Great, good. And the last one is the restart at 3 a.m. And what I've been doing here is I've been tinkering with this a little bit too. So create a new rule. And this is, turn on campaigns. So it's all pause campaigns. And again, we'll do settings. So this is only for the ones that have this in it. So if you have a campaign that you don't want to turn on anymore, like say you ran some weird experiment and it didn't work, just remove the word remath from the campaign name and none of these remath rules will apply to it. So this one is turn it on if purchase is greater than 0. So let's go here and go here, and it's great. So it's got at least 1 sale and cost per purchase is smaller than, in this case, the break even on these bunch is 35. So that's my break even number. And for this, I used to do lifetime, but I actually found that it takes a while. If something comes out swinging, like doing really well, it takes a while for the lifetime number to actually increase to the point where it won't turn it back on. So then I tried 3 days and that worked okay, but it was a little bit too aggressive. So I found kind of the sweet spot is over the last week. So over the last week, if it got a sale and the cost per purchase is less than 35, it'll turn back on. And I want this to happen daily at actually 3 o'clock a.m. But I'll do it actually at 12 o'clock a.m. And you can do that too. So it's just a midnight restart. You could set it if you really want. Actually, maybe I will. Because my other ones are starting at 3 a.m. Let's go like this. Just to keep it same, so 3. And this is Eastern Standard Time. And so I'm running in other countries too, and all these rules are just applying to all the campaigns, no matter what the country is. Because you can't, unless you create like an ad set for each country, it's going to be very difficult. So to keep it simple, I just create it for that. So this is rule number 5. And instead of turn off, this is turn on campaign if purchase greater than 0, CPP is cost per purchase is less than 35, and instead of today, this is the last 7 days. All right. So if I go here now, see my rules. And I'm actually going to remove these old ones, okay? Because these are no longer of any use to me. So that's how you remove them. I want to show you this too. There's no fast way to do this. Which sucks, but that's how she goes. And this one. Nope, not run. Delete. All right, so those rules are based on a $39.95 price point, and like a $35 profit per sale, basically, minimum for me. So you can use those in yours, and these 5 rules, so I gotta change this. 6 rules, sorry. You can edit stuff too. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1 is turn it off if it didn't get an add to cart by $20 spent. 2, that's running every 30 minutes. 2, if it's spent greater than 30 and purchase is less than 1 today, running every 30 minutes. 3 is 12 p.m. If it doesn't have a purchase today, shut it off, regardless of where it's at. So that's your noon shut off. Now these are, if it got a purchase by noon, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, turn off if the purchase is greater than 0 and cost per purchase is greater than 30. You could increase that number to 35 if you want to give it more wiggle room, but these are good numbers to go with. Number 5, 10 o'clock, turn it off if it has less than 4 sales. So 0, 1, 2, 3, it's getting shut off. 4 and above, it's going to continue running. And then 3 o'clock a.m., turn it back on if it has sales and the cost per purchase is less than 35 in the past week. Okay, cool. Everybody like that? Awesome, awesome. Let's see if there's any questions before I move on to the next part here. You could use REM 30 for products selling at 39 and REM 45. Yeah, you can. You can adjust the campaign settings, the campaign name if you want. This is awesome. Oh, thank you. Which option is more profitable based on your experience selling through ShineOn platform or selling through your own Shopify store? Thanks for your reply. All right, so I've said this before, but I hate having my own store because when you're doing volume, you are doing mad volume of customer service, and people in general annoy me. So not you guys, but customers annoy me because they'll buy something and then they'll badger the crap out of you. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I bought it 2 days ago. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And I'm like, ugh, I hate it. So people are like, okay, just outsource it. You can hire a VA to do the customer service. Sure you can. And then the VA bugs you. Well, this guy's saying he's emailed me like 5 times. What do I do with them? I'm like, I don't know. Tell him it's coming. Like, what do you want me to do? I hate customer service. It ruins my day. I don't want to do it. I don't really like stores much anymore. I have to use them for some stuff, and for brands they work great, and for some reasons they work, great. I would rather pass that customer service off to somebody else. So if you're asking me to choose between a store where I have to do customer service, my own store, or a platform where they do the customer service, I'm going platform 9 times out of 10. I can't stand the customer service side. Some guys like it, some guys it doesn't bother them, but I'll tell you, when you're selling like a lot of units, it is annoying. Like, people are just so unreasonable. It's insane. So there's my answer to you. Are you promoting your big winner at 39 on ShineOn? Nope, not yet. And I'll tell you why in a second. I'm going to, as soon as they fix one thing. Actually, yeah, one thing. Then I will be moving it over to ShineOn too. Or do you do a big sale for Black Friday, Cyber Monday? Yes, I do. And I actually have a whole entire boot camp that I just ran where I run a whole thing on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Yes, I do. So with ads, you just basically set up ads for retargeting people who have viewed the page, and then you can offer them discounts. That's about it. With my boot camp that I ran, taught them how to like build a group and then build an email list and then run promotions to the email list for Black Friday using like countdown timers and expiring discount codes and all that good stuff. But there's no mystery to a Black Friday sale. You basically plan it out. You say, okay, the Black Friday is November 29th. So November 28th, maybe I'll start running some ads saying sales starting tomorrow. 29th, I'll run another ad saying sales starts today. Take 10% or 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever you want to do off, create a discount code, apply that to your product, and you're good to go. With ShineOn right now, I don't know if they have discount codes. Gear Bubble does, and Shopify, of course, does. So we can do it that way. If you have any questions on like a schedule of that, I can probably post one in there. Another comment in here, as far as I know, GB Pro stores have the customer service done by GB. Do they though? I think you're on customer service duty for those. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure, unless you use the platform direct, you're on the hook. Would you be able to collect emails through ShineOn platform? Not yet, but they are working on it. Actually, we can see the... Where'd it go? Did I log in here? I logged in. Where'd you go, window? Oh no, my computer crashed, that's right. No, there it is. I'll just log in over here. All right, so let's talk ShineOn. And this is my second account because I keep getting copied pretty hardcore. So, remember my password, there it is. So this is the one that's running the wife necklaces. And I will tell you, I did have a winner in here. So I did get some sales on the wife one that I ran. I left it in here. It's this one. Got four sales. Somebody bought two, I guess. I don't know, maybe they have two wives. Beats me. But anyway, that's the one that was working. To my wife, you're always on my mind. So that's the one that is this campaign number 3. But you can see it was actually, my rules were not triggering because the whole reason I came up with the campaign name for the rules was because I forgot to attach the rules to these campaigns. So they overspent. And I got pissed off, and then I moved some stuff over to another platform, just temporarily. So I can show you that too. Let me go here. Show you this. So I've got stuff running here mainly for this page right now, because, and you can see I'm doing pretty good numbers on here. The past, like today's good. Yesterday was Monday, which sucked, but I still did 750 Canadian profit. Last 7 days, 474 sales. This month, well, 28 days, almost 1,000 sales. So I'm gonna win that little iPhone that they're offering, or $1,000 bonus. So it is working. This is all using the exact method that I just showed you. The only reason I'm not doing it here is because of this. Last 24 hours is useless to me. I don't. That's like a rolling 24 hours. So it's like today is it's 10:43 a.m. This is going back from 10:43 a.m. now for the last 24 hours. That's no good for me to match up to my stats on Facebook. So I told him, like, you got to fix this. Even get rid of this 24-hour thing and change it to today. But he hasn't done it yet. So right now I'm having to go to all time and kind of look at the start of the day where the orders are at, and then figure out what the profit is at, and then subtract everything out. And it's just an extra step that I don't feel like doing. So I'm not going to do that. All right, but they are working on it. So as soon as they have this replaced with today, I'll move a couple winners over here. It's more than one necklace that's working, by the way. But the point is this, you guys know what to do now with the method. The method is working just freaking awesome. So let's see if we got a sale. Nope, no new sales. But yesterday I pulled back on the campaigns too, because it's Monday and Monday sucks. So I didn't want to do that. So let's go back here. And now here's campaign number 3, which I'll show you. Which one got a sale? Yeah, like I way overspent because I forgot to attach friggin' rules, which really ticked me off. But so the UK got a sale. So I used marriage and married, 25 plus male, that got a sale, but it overspent. Fishing and married, 25 plus male, USA, that got 2 sales. What else? Well, let's just sort by purchases. So basically, I would say this one has legs. So if I wanted to see, you know, what age range is working best in here, just go to breakdown by delivery, age. I can turn this into a profitable one. So you can see right here, the 65 plus fishing and married. one sale at 1678, so that's actually profitable. And then 45 to 54, I had one sale at 1666, so that also is profitable. 55 to 64, I didn't even have an add to cart, which is strange. But what that tells me is I can be going after 45 to 54 and 65 plus and kind of cutting out these ones. So 25 to 34, it didn't spend much. 35, well, these actually didn't spend much at all. So these stats are pretty early. But if I wanted to like figure out where to go with this, I think I go with this to start as my next move, and I'll show you this, what I do with this info. So I've got that one. This one was actually 35 to 44, but that's because my age range was 35 to 44, right? So that's why that did that. But here's another one, marriage and married, 25 plus male USA, and we got a sale on 2534. So I guess what this is kind of telling me is I don't have enough data yet to really make a firm decision on an age range. If I had some of these sales that were actually, 2 or 3, then they would give me more info. But I just, from past experience, I know this age range is pretty good. Typically, I'm finding like the older is better, but I'll show you what I'm going to do with this now. So I've got 45 to 54, just remember that. And let's go to breakdown, none. So I'm going to show you how to set this up now so that those rules are going to apply to it. So let's go in, it's this one. So you can see I got 14 campaigns. So I'm going to do a duplicate. And I'm going to do just one copy to start. And this is what you do. When you find a winner and you dig down a little bit deeper and you see like which age range works, then you can take this step too. So I'm going to call this campaign number 15. And I'm going to remove this word crap. Okay, I'm not going to use that anymore. This is what you need to type. So that will trigger those rules now without me doing anything else. And then I'm going to go the same, fishing. I'm going to do 45 to 54 male. And then I'm going to take this, copy it. And your budget is going to be 100. It's going to be the lowest cost, right? And then click on the ad set. And we're going to paste in the name here. And it's the wife pixel. So it's a new pixel too. So they went green because I got some purchases. But in here, I'm going to go 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern. So this is a reinforcement now going in. And in here, I got to go 45 to 54. There we go. So that's still 2.2 million. That's huge. And then I'll do fishing and married. Leave everything else the same. And then I'll go to the ad. Paste. And then you can see the ad. Now, one tip while we're looking at this, look at your ads on your phone, okay? Because I've seen a lot of designs, and even this one, this love your husband part, if you're looking at that on a phone and you're a 45 to 54-year-old male, you're squinting. You can't really read it. So I've seen a lot of you guys have a lot of designs where the text is too small like this, and I think this is an issue with this one too, but it doesn't help. So make sure that you send like a preview, send notification to Facebook, and then that'll actually go onto Facebook on your phone, and you can look at it and kind of hold it where you normally read it. And if you have to really, like if it doesn't catch your eye or you have to really squint to read it, then you're going to want to maybe put what it says up in the ad copy too, or just make your text bigger in the design itself, okay? So that's a little tip for you. So now I go, okay, so fishing and married 45, so make sure I turn that on. And then the other one was the 65 plus got a sale. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use that info. I'm going to do a duplicate. Now it's going to be easier. So all I have to do is change the age range. And then I'm going to copy this, go into the ad set. going to do, oh, that's already set. So that's good. But down here, I'm going to go 65 plus. And that's going to be still 860,000 people. And back here. So now you're like, okay, I've got that. Are there any other campaigns in here that actually got sales? Well, here's one. UK, married UK, but it's not really very good. It overspent. Marriage and married 25 plus. But let's actually, again, go to the breakdown by age and see if there's anything in there. I mean, the 35 to 44, we won't have anything. But look at this. There's a little nugget. Married and married. Marriage and married, 25 to 34 was actually $7.20 cost per purchase. That tells me I need an ad set. I need a campaign running at 25 to 34 for that one. So I'm just going to straight up do a duplicate here. This will be campaign number 17. But I'm going to do 25 to 34, so I'm going to modify it. So let's go like this. And let's remove this. And let's change its date again. And instead of 25 plus, 25, 34. So I'm using clues that I find, and I'm creating my reinforcements based on my clues. And then we'll scroll down here, have that start at 4 o'clock. And we'll go 25 to 34. Men. And still, that's 600,000. That's a good chunk. Very good chunk. And we'll go like so. And then basically, we're going to go back to campaigns. See, when you do a duplicate of one that's paused, this is important. See how it does the duplicate paused? So you have to turn it on. Oops. Turn it on. If you don't turn it on, it's not going to start at 4 o'clock. Okay, so this is a campaign that I'm kind of nursing back to profitability. But my next step, so I'll upload that. So these will go to like scheduled mode. They'll go to, well, go into probably review. And then once they're approved, they'll go to scheduled. But what I'm going to do, or what you can do, is you can, on something like this that I'm like nursing back to profitability, I'm not going to go bananas with a whole bunch of different duplicates and ad sets and like 5 per day. I'm just going to let these 3 run because I'm going to try and get this back to profitability. If I start getting sales coming in on these, I'm going to do duplicates of these like 3 to 5 times and set them to start tomorrow at 4 p.m. Okay, so the cool part of this whole method is you can take campaigns that or designs that were kind of breaking even, and you can do little breakdown reports and you can see where the sweet spots are, and then you can create dedicated campaigns to those sweet spots, and then if they're working, then you can just do duplicates of those campaigns that are working, and now you're hitting them from more angles of the audience. So our dynamic ads will kick in, and it will carry these things, and it'll allow them to stay profitable. Now the rules, we'd have to select all these and apply the rules. We don't have to now because we put the word remeth in the campaign name. So I think, well, I know this way is a lot better because it's just easier. It's so much easier to run and scale. So what we want to do when you're running a lot of these, and you're going to come in daily, look at your numbers, and basically sort by cost per purchase and see what your best campaigns are. And those are the campaigns that you're going to look into for the age range, or you're going to look into, you know, for what it is. And then you're going to do a duplicate of it 3 to 5 times and start at 4 o'clock as a reinforcement campaign. So I hope that makes sense. It's just constantly going in and scheduling new ones to start at 4. So for example, today in my other ad account, I think I'm up to, I have 33 campaigns at $100 a day starting at 4 o'clock today in my other ad account for a gear bubble. So all I did is I just went through and I did exactly what I did here. So I'm not showing you my big winner for the wife one because you guys are just going to take and copy it. So I'm going to show you one that I'll nurse back to health instead to give you guys a little bit more of a challenge. Okay. So my next step on this is continue the reinforcements, but also once I get a little bit more, well, actually I could probably create them now, start creating the lookalikes, and then I run 4 p.m. campaigns with lookalikes. And then once I get over a couple hundred sales, then I run 4 p.m. campaigns with no interest at all. And then I can start looking at, you can start looking at other countries right away too. So I could create the same stuff like marriage and married for Canada or for Australia or for the United Kingdom or wherever. And fishing and married, I could do the same thing. You can go to other countries too. And that works very well. And then you can create lookalikes in those other countries and you can use those. So basically, especially in the wife niche, you're never going to run out of targeting options. But the targeting of like that I'm using now with interest-based targeting and like flex targeting, it's called, you know, fishing and married. I'm not even going to need that eventually. Even on my lookalike audiences, I won't even need to put that they're married because Facebook just sees that they see all these common denominators and they will just find the married people. It's very advanced now. So I'm going to go back to some questions here. Can you talk about applying multiple pixels to one Facebook page? Yeah, you could run, like if you have say you have a family page and you're running like wife, daughter, son, you could run wife, daughter, son pixels to that one page. It doesn't matter. The page is irrelevant. The page is just what we have to make in order to create it. So when you create your ad set in here, that's where you pick your pixel. So if this is where a daughter one, I would just have a daughter one going. I'd be running it to the same page. Okay, hope that helps. Oh, getting a lot of questions, gonna widen this. Small tip for that, you can crop the image used in the ad within the ad manager platform. Yeah, you can. You can crop it right in the ads manager. How many days did it take to get sales? Get sales every day. How many sales did you get on the first day of, I'm not sure what you mean there. Another question, have you ever tested a rule for minimum return on ad spend at the ad set or campaign level? I don't go by that because those are artificially inflated by the shipping costs. So I know like one order could be 2 units and then your return on ad spend number would be bigger, but I don't like using return on ad spend, honestly. I don't find it, I just never have, I guess. I don't have anything against it. I just use cost per purchase, I always have, mainly because return on ad spend didn't exist back when I started using rules. So I just go with what I know and what works. So I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying it's not a true measure because it's not really including, you know, especially on Shopify, it's not including any cost of goods sold or anything. So it's an artificial number. I believe that number was made for ad agencies so they could look better than they actually are, in my opinion. So cost per purchase works for me. Tried to run a few lookalike campaigns, but no ad spend as I run it through the day. It had more than 5 sales. Is that enough to run lookalike campaigns? With lookalikes, I start mine right away. The more sales you have, the better. But those lookalikes, they are updated too. So some guys say wait for 100 sales before you create a lookalike. I don't do that. I don't follow much of what people say. So I say create them as soon as you can, and then Facebook will just update them. And if you're not getting any ad spend on the lookalike, it could be that the lookalike is not actually created yet. So check on your audience tab in your ads manager and see if they've actually populated that thing yet. Because sometimes they'll do it pretty quick. Other times it can take like 24 hours for them to even create the lookalike. Another question, have you seen anything about the new manager performance alerts and the rules drop down? Nope, I haven't seen anything. I have a really old ad account that I'm running, so I don't really get the updates very quickly. This new one, this wife one, is brand new, so maybe it'd be in there, but I haven't seen anything. Question here. How many sales did you get on the day you launched these 5 designs? Oh, I don't even know. I'd have to go back and check. I'm not sure. I'm not. How many sales did you get on the day you launched these 5 designs? They didn't all launch the same day. They're spread out 5 days. So one design per day is what I did over 5-day period. Can we put more than one lookalike audience in a campaign? Yeah, I've done that too. I've done what's called a super lookalike, and that's where you'll stack in, like down here. So you'll put in like your purchase lookalike and your add to cart lookalike and your view content if you wanted, and it's called like a super lookalike because it's got like 3 lookalike audiences in one campaign. You can do that. You don't need to, but you can. And there's even other like funky lookalikes, like page lookalikes, and if you have videos running, you can run video view lookalikes and page like lookalikes, and people who interacted with your posts lookalikes. And there's a ton of different ways to do it. I find the most powerful one is the purchase lookalike by far. In fact, in one campaign I'm scaling, I'm only running purchase lookalikes. A lot of them, but I'm running those because they tend to add to cart works second best, and the view content lookalikes don't seem to work very well because I think they really are filling them with people who just view content. They don't really buy anything. All right, so that's about it. Let's just close off here, see if we got any more sales. Ooh, nice. So there you go, 11 o'clock on a Tuesday, and we're already past 1,000. I can't show you the expense on that yet, but I imagine I'm probably up a couple hundred, just because it'll give away every single necklace that I'm running. But that is based on, there's probably about 20 campaigns left right now, because some of them got shut down from the morning, but there's another 33 firing up at 4. So my goal is to hit like 3,000 revenue per day so that I can consistently get over 1,000 profit per day. But like, it is time of year too. This time of year is huge, so take advantage of that. If you have, like, when you find the other thing, here's the other thing. When you find a design that works, so say this one, I can nurse this back to health, and I think I can, but say this quote: "To my wife, you're always on my mind. I love you, love your husband." Say this quote is working and it's doing very well. Well, I am going to take that quote and I'm going to go to Fiverr and I'm going to say to a designer, create me 3 more, create me 5 more of this with, brand new designs. Just use this quote and make every design unique. Because don't fall into the trap where you find a good design and then you never scale by like more designs with the same quote. You know what I mean? It's the same as when like people they find a good quote and then they'll go and they'll make one design. So they go snoop on Gear Bubble or find a Shopify store or whatever. They spy on the competition, they find a good quote. And then they'll make one and they'll get a couple sales and they'll go, oh, that's cool. And that's it. And then they'll move on to the next quote. I'm like, why? You could, and I haven't, confirmed this, but I know that in the dad to daughter niche, for example, I've got a couple hundred necklaces right now. And I know what quote works best. And I know now I'm going back through my accounts and I'm getting more designs done with the quote that worked best. So I'm focusing on scaling by new designs with the same quote because I know the quote is profitable. So I want you to do that too. So when you're doing all this testing and you're doing all these different quotes and different designs, no problem. Some of you are, I would say, not over testing. You can never over test, but you're not looking at what's working and digging deeper into that. So if you have something that's getting traction, or it's not quite there, or it's getting traction working really well and you want to scale, go get more designs done with the same quote. Okay, hope that makes sense. Another question here. When you launched one design, did you get sales on the same day or did it take 2 or 3 days for the campaign to optimize? No, same day. No, I would never wait 2 or 3 days. My rules wouldn't let me. Like my rules are, I'd turn off an add to cart at 20 spent without an add to cart, turn it off, or turn it off with 30 spent without a purchase. So I'm not waiting 2 or 3 days to see if a campaign or an ad set's going to work. And I believe that's baloney. So no, it's either going to get you a sale that day that you launch it, or it's a dud. Like while there are possible winners, like this wife one here, it's a maybe winner, and I do believe I can fix it. But then there are ones that just get, like, if you have a campaign, you launch it, or a design and you launch it, and you get no add to carts in the first day, it is a dud. Just scrap it. Move on to the next. Okay, maybe if you have no add to cart, I mean, that's the end of the story. If you have another one that has like a couple add to carts but no purchases, that has possible legs to work. But the ones we really want are the ones that get a buy within the first like day of you launching. So you launch it this morning, and it's got to get a sale today. There's no waiting period. People either like it or they don't. And if they don't like it, your dad is going to slap you in the face with that. And if they like it, your dad is going to punch you in the face with that in a nice punch. So I think if you haven't experienced that getting sales right away thing, then you haven't found your winner yet. So, and once you find a winner, don't stop there. Keep going. Add in more and more winners. Like I'm trying to add in winner number 4 now for that gear bubble stuff, because I've already got 3 that are just smoking along. Okay, so keep going, keep testing. The winners, the definite winners, are going to just pop. There is going to be zero doubt that it's a winner. And if you guys haven't experienced that yet, post your designs and we'll look at them. Sometimes it's targeting, sometimes I don't know. There's so many different factors that come into play, but it starts with design, and then it can be targeting. Maybe you're going too broad. I don't know. Maybe you're not going narrow enough to start it. Like for example, in the wife niche, we have to use interest to start. But I mean, marriage and married is a pretty good interest. Married and love, married and like hunting has worked for me. Married and happiness has worked for me. So once you have those, you don't need to keep expanding to other interests either. Just keep doing duplicates of the one that's working and keep firing those out there as like reinforcements. So don't go too broad too fast. In fact, try and do the opposite if you can, if that makes sense. Okay, Will, this is new to me. Can you explain more about the lookalike audience and how to create it and when to create it? Yes, I already did that. So in the training number 1, so I want you to go to the forums, because I've already done these. And if anybody's like, what are you talking about? I want you to go here, and I want you to go here, and I want you to go through every one of these, okay? So this live training number 1, this is research. Number 2, go through that. Number 3, go through that. Number 4, go through that. And then number 5 is like the schedule. But the lookalike stuff is in, I believe, this one, live training number 3, September 24th. That I show you how to do it if it's over your head. So that's why I'm keeping these completed challenges open, so that you can go back in and you can check them whenever you want. There's a ton of training on these forums. Now the other one, if you're like, what are you talking about, this setup for this reinforcement thing? Well, you go to Christmas challenge number 2, and you go in here, and then you go down to the training. So the other 2 sessions, there's number 1, and there's number 2. They're right there. Number 3 is going to be right here, the one that we're on right now. It's going to be right here, as soon as I can get it rendered. Okay, so go through those, and then if you have questions, what do? Go to the forum section, start a new thread. Hey Will, on the lookalike thing in video number 3, you said this. Can you just clarify something? Blah, 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 blah. Post thread. Good. There you go. You get support. Hope that makes sense. All right. We have gone, actually, we went an hour because I started about 10 minutes late. So I'm going to close it off with that. My challenge to you guys now is to find 5 winners in the next 2 weeks. Okay. Because now is the time to be making money. Like as soon as these guys give me the today button over here, I'm going to be really pumping through a lot of volume, because right now the volume's going over here. Let's see if we got more sales. None. Oh, bugger. Oh well. More will be coming. We're almost at the noon cutoff too, so a lot of those will be shut down. All right. So if you need support, go here and get it. If you have success, go there and post it. if you're looking at, how do I do this, this, or this, go through all the training that's already up, and then post your questions, and we'll help you out. So I'm going to close on that. Everybody kick some butt here. Really get to testing and find those winners. And when you get stuck, just post for help. If you're having a bad day, post for a little boost. If you're having a good day, go to that success forum and post it. There's so many in here already. Like, this thing is just cruising along. I love it. It's awesome to read these 2 pages of success stories now. So that is fantastic. So I want you to be the next one in here. All right? All right. Thanks, man. I love the new rules hack. Yeah, the new rules thing just allows you to take a huge load off, a huge workload too. And forgetting about applying existing rules was really costing me some money. So I had to fix that, and we did. All right, my friends, we will talk to you on the forums, and we'll see you soon. And there's probably going to be another little challenge coming up next week, that, a little mini challenge, just to get some production going, some volume going for you guys, just like I did in the first one. All right, we'll talk soon. Post your questions and have a great day, and go make some sales.